Baby like, ooh, ayy, finally got that deal, got a pen in my hand. Ooh, ayy, like how you tryna buy who the hell I am? You can keep your cash, I'm not that broke. I won't sign no contracts, I do me. Y'all are canceled, stealing people's dreams, how can you sleep? It's all rap hoes, throwing cash in Lambos. I'm independent till I'm dead, I quit the music industry.
I gotta tweak that. I gotta tweak that where it fades out a little bit more.
But it's still a great new thing.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell everybody. The week before, we were missing for 2 weeks. 1 week, my grandson was down, and last week, congratulations, Gary, got a new grandson. So if anybody's in here, you need to wish the boy congratulations.
Yeah, it was a fun 2 weeks. It was like I knew it was coming. She had when you induce like cesarean or whatever.
Yeah.
So we knew it was coming, and I thought I was gonna be able to make it back, but that didn't happen.
No, that's okay.
Well,
hey.
I had my granddaughter. People don't know I have a granddaughter, 3 years old granddaughter, and my daughter was with me, and I was gonna come down here, and I'm like, nah, it didn't happen. It was just easier. What's up, Ed, and what's up, Tanisha? Yeah, so there's a lot going on, though. You're hatching tons of stuff.
Yeah.
You got tons of stuff going on. You got all the mysopods.
Yes, they're doing great. I don't have no pictures to show. I can't wait till I move my studio to where I got it in a room with it, so I can go grab the stuff and bring it over and show it. That'll be much easier and much better.
I'm actually gonna build a video studio. I don't know, here or in a new house. I don't know. And I'm going to paint it for lighting and all that. And I'm going to take the animals I want to film to that. Everyone's like, you got to go into your facility and show. I'm like, no. And the reason is when you take people too deep into your stuff, someone's going to find something wrong anyway. And the negativity just brings it down.
Yep.
There's too many pieces of poop in that one.
Yep. No, that's why I take them out. And if you ever see me do a video or something, it's always at my little table with my shelf behind me that holds all my excess stuff that I don't use right away. No animals, no. I don't like to show. I used to, but I changed. But no, not no more.
Yeah, I mean.
So now when you do your room, I got a question. What color would you paint it for the best lighting? What color?
I'm gonna go an off-white, like an off-white, and I'm going to put some LEDs in the ceiling where I can dim them and put dimmers inside the slots. They sell them. They're expensive, but they're for studio lighting. And I'm gonna put like an off color, so it's gonna be there's stick tiles. The best way I could tell people. How you doing, Jillian? My daughter is actually on.
I was going to say, who is that?
That's
I don't think it's one of my kids.
That's Jillian. She's watching on Facebook. So the best way I can say it, there's a person on YouTube. I know him from my computer background, and he's called the 8-Bit Guy. He's got like 2 million subscribers or whatever, but he does retro computing that I'm into. And he just did a new studio. In the back of it's like checkerboard, but then he has dark blue squares, and his lighting looks really good. He's the one that has the lighting in the ceiling that you can dim down with the dimmers. And it's not dimmers by hand; it's like sleeves you put in. For photography, so it doesn't bounce. It bounces different. Because I have all the professional lighting. Like I got professional lighting now here and all around me, like my green screen.
Mm-hmm.
So. I mean, I even have an extra tripod over here.
now, here's what my idea was. I don't know. I want to paint behind me the green for the green screen, so I'm always in front of the green screen. And then I want to figure out what color to paint the other walls. So when I do, because I got studio lights too, I just don't have them up, and for the best lighting.
Yeah, if you do white, straight white, like the bright white, it'll be overexposed every time.
Yes.
So you got to bounce that a little bit. And then I'm going to do sound. I'm going to do like the foam, the sound deafening. I'm going to do that.
Yep. I was thinking that too. The foam.
Because I used to have this. If you watch my videos, well, I can't now because this channel's gone. I used to have sound dampening and I had lighting, but most of my walls were wood grain because it was an older house. It was that wood grain paneling. And but it was good. The lighting was perfect for it, and I just got to get my photography and my videography mind going. Most people, some people know how deep it goes. Some people don't know how deep it goes. Like, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to it.
Yeah. So is it like a light gray too much?
Light gray's not. Light gray is actually really good. You don't want to go dark gray.
No,
Because
like
you got
a
to
light-
remember, white reflects it, dark absorbs it.
Yeah. No, I was talking a really light
Yep.
gray, and then paint the wall behind me the green for the green screen.
And it's always better to bounce light than have direct light. It's always better to bounce light.
Yeah, bounce.
Bouncing it off. You know, they got them rings. I have stacks of them rings. So the little rings that people, you know, are using nowadays. Them are great for talking head videos,
Mhm.
but I don't like how people use them. The videography or me, they just put them in front of them and they're like, there you go. And you see this really bright face, and it's like,
And
oh.
they always got the ring in the eye.
Yeah, so you want to offset your light. Like my lighting here, my lighting's offset, and this lighting, I don't create shadows here because the light's going behind me and bouncing off this, and that's how I'm getting this effect. That's how you get the. I mean, I got a bald head, so it shines, but you want to get the shininess out of it, and that's.
Put makeup on that. You can have a makeup person do makeup all over.
Yeah. So I mean, the lighting's like a big thing for me, and that's why you guys don't see me post pictures a lot. I'll get a picture, and my family's like, "It's amazing looking." I'm like, "Nah, it's not that.
Well,
it's not that good."
If I showed you how many pictures I take before I put one picture up, I mean, I must have 50 pictures of one animal in one sitting before I even put one up, if it even goes up.
And most of the time, the ones I do is off like a cell phone. In this case, is all
Oh,
an image. I mean, I can do this so it looks better. People are gonna be like, "Oh, geez," but I have like a Note 10.
Yeah.
Them are the ones you guys usually see. The one for my professional camera, I don't do it. I got so much video, and so I mean, show you guys how much video I have. Batteries sitting here. I literally have stuff sitting on this desk that I use. See, more clamps for this is another thing. Clamping, dampeners, everything.
I have 1,000 of those little clamps.
Yeah, these are great. Tape. These are all photography and videography things. I don't have the expensive tape.
No, but I got a photo booth that well, you helped me get through how it was overexposed, how to adjust everything, and I've been working on that. So
once you go manual, never go back.
Man, yep.
Manual. But what I would do for anyone is go like aperture priority and play with your aperture, but then see how the camera adjusts everything else. You know.
See now, the little geckos, the tiny ones, are hard to take pictures of because they want to run. As they get bigger, they kind of like to sit a little bit. You know, I put them under a deli cup and then I pull the cup off. You can get a couple shots in there. But like the bigger ones, I could just sit in there. They kind of sit there for a minute before they decide to run.
That's where your camera's going to come into play. If you put it up to like 1 500th of a second, you're going to catch it. Even if it's running, it's going to grab that still. And a good camera, you're a T5 or your T6 to be able to do it. You might have.
I know
it's T5.
It's a T6,
yeah.
But I can adjust that all the way up to 8,000ths or 3,000ths of a second or something.
The problem is once you shut that shutter, it's not going to gain as much light. So the faster that shutter, it's not going to have light. So I have a program where I just get as close as possible, and Lightroom just takes care of it for me. How far will they run when they're small? Oh, they'll run away.
If they get on the ground, you're moving stuff because they'll just keep running and running and running and running.
I don't move stuff. If gecko falls down, they can't get out of my gecko room. They fall down, they're done. They're staying there, whatever. If they go under a rack, whatever, stay there. I don't care. Eat. I found them like a week later. They're good. Found them months later. They're good.
I was going to say, I seen a video of somebody, I don't know who it was, moved something. And they're like, man, it's been out for 3 months. I thought it was dead, but here it is. And it was okay. Must have been catching little bugs around the room or something.
Leopard geckos are hardy as can be. I mean, they just are. So I got to get into photography. I got to get this. Like my basement room here is like I don't know, like a light brown. It's like the worst studio. That's what it's painted. I'm looking at now. And I'm like, So I literally have, just for me, I have 3 studio lights on right now. And that's why I get this. I get this nice this is just one big picture. that Erica made, but you don't get shadows when you use a green screen. You don't want shadows.
Yeah, no, you don't. Anyway, what's going on with the Gecko Room? Anything exciting going on? Anything new? Did you get anything new?
Well, I've hashed a lot. I got more bloods than I thought I did.
Well, that's always good.
So anyone wants bloods, let me know. If you're buying a pair, trio, quad, I'll hook you up.
Or should I go? That's the one to talk to, right there.
I have bloods that I haven't put up that are high end. And then the most of the stuff like I take to shows are between 200 to 500. It was really weird. I went up on there's a Facebook site called like What's My Gecko Worth?
I never heard of it, but
I'm not slamming anyone. I don't like sites like that. But I'm like, let's test them out. I've sold like 16 blood Trempers this year. And so I took one and put it on there. They got it about right. They said $550 to $600. I was selling them for between $500 and $600. I'm like,
there you go.
Okay. So, but now I don't want to put genetics up. But they want genetics. I was going to put a clouded up, like a dark clouded, and see what they say. But I was like, no.
Well, you should put it up and leave the clouded part out.
Yeah, just say it's a melanistic.
It's a melanistic, and then see what they say, just to see what they say. Tanisha, yeah, for your Twitches, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Set up a computer for Twitch. Now, here's what's going on with Twitch. You're going to want to use OBS. OBS is a computer side program, and you're going to need processor speed. So your bigger processor, when you stream, processor is more important than anything else. Video card is more important for your visual. Now, someone's going to say, no, you need a big video card. To stream, you don't. Now, with this, what we're doing, StreamYard takes all of the... My computer's doing nothing right now.
Now StreamYard's iOS, though, right?
Yeah, it's going... Their servers are doing this, but... When you stream with StreamYard, you have to use OBS or another. I think they do like 4 programs they can use, but it's all client side. You want a big processor. Like the processor in this machine here is an i9. I do photo editing and video editing on this machine, and I also game. The processor is not a gaming processor. I don't even use an eighth of this processor when I game. Now my 3080, I have a 3080 finally. Does all the gaming and stuff, and I use it for video editing and stuff like that because it can excel my video editing. So,
you were talking about gaming. My son loves it when you tagged him in today that on Facebook.
Well, I don't know why I took that picture. That was like 3 weeks ago, and I don't know why I took it. And I was like, "What's that?" And I won the game.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, I'll put it up. I don't know why I took that picture. I rarely take pictures. But I think it might have been when I was playing with my buddy from Australia. And because I have another one with all of us on another game that we won, and he was playing with me. And I posted that one because it was like under 2K.
Yeah, that one was when you need 2K, 2000.
I had
you only got 18. You had 1875 or something. I was like, what?
Oh, they were teasing me so bad. They're like, you didn't hit 2K because they both hit 2K that game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they're just teasing me.
Andrew hit 2K on some character. I don't know which one it was. So,
like, I was playing it just a little bit. I played 2 games before the show here because I kind of had to do this. And I won one, and then the next one I landed and we died. Like, we all died. And I'm like, whatever, click. So, yeah, it's a fun time. What you got going on over there?
Nothing. I've just been I'm rehousing some crested geckos into bigger enclosures because they've outgrown them. And today I went out and got some, after everything we did earlier, I got some vines for that. So the ones I didn't move over are getting moved over tomorrow. Crickets finally came in after the Fandango with the shipping company. I'm not going to mention because I don't want no trouble, but the people who sell the crickets were excellent. I mean, excellent. They were tracking it. They were going, I can't believe. And then the second box got lost. And they're like, oh no. And then they're like, if it doesn't come in, let us know right away. And it didn't come in that day. It came in a day late, but They had packed it so well, everything was fine with the next box. Perfect. I couldn't be happier with them. And that would be Rainbow Mealworms, by the way, people.
I get from my girl at Rainbow. Jillian takes care of me.
Yeah.
The only thing I've ever had happen is they got lost and I didn't get to pick them up till Monday and they were delivered on a Friday. And some of them started, because I get larges mealworms too, and they started pupating. That's it.
Oh, see,
that was it. And I was like,
but now
whatever.
It's a little cooler outside now, so it's not like baking hot everywhere. So that might slow down a little bit when you order mealworms now.
Yeah, and when I always hold at Hub now, I don't even care if they can deliver it to my house. I hold it at Hub. I go pick them up.
See, I would do that if I didn't have to travel so far.
I'm lucky.
3 hours from a Hub.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. See, you're lucky. You're 5 minutes from there. You're 5 minutes from some of your shows.
Yeah, just like it's there. Yeah, the shows are. Oh, I'm hitting my green screen. I got it. The shows are like perfect because Green Bay, I'm 5 minutes away. The new one we're doing on the 17th, which is oh, geez, they're gonna yell at me now. Fond du Lac.
This is a new one, right? This is
a brand new one. I'm staying at the Radisson. It's at the Radisson, so I'm staying at the Radisson. I feel all rich.
So now with a new one, do you expect a good show out of the new one, or is it usually the second time around that usually picks up?
Well, I think this one's going to do good. My buddy that runs the show is Northern Wisconsin Reptile Expo. He does a really good job advertising it. He did let me in on it that he's got more pre-sales for the tickets now than he has any other show, and his shows really are taking off. Green Bay, I always tell people I do really good at Green Bay because I live in Green Bay. So it's my least amount spent. The only thing I spend is like 5 miles to get there and then the tables. That's all I spend. Now, at Kakana, we have a situation. So I'm going to be staying, not Kakana, I keep saying Kakana, in Fond du Lac. I'm going to be staying at the Radisson. Like I just made a decision last night. We're going to stay 2 nights and it's only an hour and a half away.
Ain't bad.
But there's a situation, so I had to stay. And then in Janesville is 2.5 hours away. We go down the night before and stay. Sourcing the Sewer Fest, we do the same. And next season, I am upping my my breeding, I guess. And I'm taking everything we produce to shows. I'm no longer just wholesaling some of it, and I probably will start going out of state. So,
well, that'll be cool.
Yep. I'm gonna.
You need to tell them to come here. We got one show here. It's 3 hours from here, but if you get in the middle of the state somewhere, it would do pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. I used to be teased all the time. Wisconsin can't handle a monthly show. Wisconsin can't handle a monthly show. Now we have like 6 different shows in the whole state. When I got here, it was Sewerfest.
Yeah.
And I was gonna. Now I didn't know that. My buddy Dylan was gonna start a show. Like. I was starting a show. I was going to take $20,000. I was going to start a show, and it was done. My wife and I were going to do it. And I went to this little fish show. No joke, this little fish show. And I met Dylan. I bought everything on his table. Like, literally, I went there. He says, this is from Impeccable Gecko. I don't know if I'm going to breed the. And I'm like, buy it all. Like, literally, that's how it happened. Because, of course, Impeccable Gecko being Miles. Miles is trustworthy. I love Miles.
He's a good guy, yeah.
And so that's where Clouded came from, was from that group. I found Clouded out of that group.
There you go.
And he told me, he goes, I'm going to start a show in Green Bay. And I looked at him like, dude, the Valley. You got to go down to the Valley, which Valley's not Fond du Lac, but Fond du Lac is a little south, like 15 minutes from the Valley. The Valley's in the center of everything. And I'm like, the Valley. So he started one in Green Bay. It took off. Then he did another one in Rothschild. It took off. And now he's doing this one, and it's already taken off. Then Janesville was there, and Janesville's taken off. So we have Fond du Lac, Janesville, Rothschild, Green Bay, and Sewer.
Hello, Moon. Yeah, no, you should try to talk him into doing one out here.
Well, Dylan, he wants to go. I really love all the show promoters. I get along with Mickey and Tamara. I get along with Shane. I almost saw, but Dylan's like a friend of mine. Like he's cool. He's like family to me. And Brittany, his other half, there's good people, and to see where they came from when they started the show, and vendors weren't wanting to vend their show. Dylan was new, and how he got people to come into his show, how he advertises his show. For people that back out of his show, you're losing money. There's people that back out of his show like, I don't want to come. They're losing money.
Yeah, because they'll make money if they went, right?
The last Green Bay show, the venue was in a casino. I will be the first one to raise my hand saying I thought it was a bad idea. I was like, casino, we're going to get lookers.
Can you get kids to go in there, though? Can kids go in there?
Yeah, it was in their convention. It was out there, an outside entrance. So the venue was just ungodly beautiful, and I was in shock. And how he set it up and just how he does it. Rothschild is in a beautiful venue, has hardwood floors. It's just a beautiful venue. So and now this one in Fond du Lac's at the Radisson. And it's a really nice hotel.
Yeah.
And so I really think that he's doing a good job, and I want to support him. So I told him I'll be at his shows. And I haven't missed any of his shows at all.
Well, that's good.
I think I've made, if you take out my biggest Sewerfest, because Sewerfest is different. Sewerfest been around 20 years. I've made more money at his shows than any other show.
Hey, Leo, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm Leo. I'm going to go to, Tinley Park and buy geckos. I'm playing.
You know what was today? He was sending me pictures of geckos from there. Of like crested geckos and stuff.
Oh, he got a VIP pass.
I'm like, oh man.
Did he get a VIP?
Just for showing them to me, he should have bought one and sent it to me.
Yeah, he got a VIP. Did you go give Potter a hug? Go give Potter a hug. At the auction, tell Potter you want to do one of the auctions. He'll be nice to you. He won't yell at you. Well, today takes the TG better, and so it goes. It's a good spot to get. I don't mean to push Miles. I hate that Miles is selling off and getting kind of out of it. But you want geckos, go to Miles. The stuff he has on his table right now, tomorrow is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I had first dibs at a lot of that stuff. And, yeah, he's got some insane stuff.
Was he just going to, like, scale back big time or something?
Yeah. Miles got hurt. He's going to scale back, so it's going to be easier on him. Miles is one of the great people in this hobby. He's just it sucks, but I have a love-hate relationship. I want my friend to be cool and live a better life. But I hate that he's getting out of it because we have the same vision.
Yeah. Now, the pictures he was sending me was from Pangea's table with the crested geckos and the gargoyle geckos and stuff like that.
Yeah, he does have some different geckos. He's going to have mealy there. He's going to have females. So anyone watching this, you go to Tinley, he will have 2 females there, I believe. It might be down to 1. He might have sold one already. I wanted one, but I know he's going to sell it tomorrow. And with everything going on in my life, like this last 2 weeks, not like total, it wasn't going to work out for me to get one. I'll get one later. Oh, the Gecko Ranch will be there tomorrow too. The Gecko Ranch, good people. I will tell you this: my bloodline will be there. My bloodline will be there.
There you go.
My original white and yellow stuff, that line I bred back then, will be there.
There you go.
I won't say who has it. They'll probably tell people when they buy it from them. Yeah, Tinley Park is a fun time. Enjoy it. Soak that in, dude. I'm not going to be there. That's one of the
true larger shows.
It's only 4 hours for me. I'm not going. Dude, it's not that I don't want to go, but it's hard to go as a visitor when you're a breeder and you spend more time just hanging out with your friends. You don't see the animals anyway. You're like, hey, it's been a long time, and we sit there and talk for an hour and a half,
And then
and
before you know it, the show's over, and you're like, oh, I didn't get to go walk around.
I remember back in Tinley, what year was it? Maybe 2012. Ton Jones was there, and Ton Jones, me and my brother sat at the bar drinking and trying to figure out what we're going to buy at the auction. And he bought a gorilla statue. I have a picture somewhere. One of these days I'll get the picture and put it on here, because every time it comes in my memories, I tag Ton in it and like, hey, do you remember this day? Because he's leaning on it while he bought it. Let's see. Finally, I usually drive 15 minutes away.
But now you almost can't refuse that show.
Tinley Park is just an amazing. You got to go. If you don't go to the auction, I'm going to kick your butt. Go to the auction. Go to the auction. Look at the silent auction. It's just fun to go. The stuff that's going to be at this auction is insane.
Yeah, but the price it goes for is insane too. Sometimes
it is.
It's a good cause. Don't get me wrong.
The silent auction. I don't mean to say this in a bad way. The silent auction, you can really steal some stuff with low prices. I think it's because no one's sitting there agging people on to bid.
Yeah.
So you might be able to pick up, like a pair of king snakes for $150, which is a good deal today. But the live auction, the last live auction I was there, we had a CB70 rack from Vision. Not 70. It was a 28 quart one, whatever that one is. And it was 30 slots, and I had it up to $2,000. I'm like, wait a second, guys, I can go buy this for like $1,200. I was like,
yeah.
And what else did I bid on? Bid on some geckos. I think I got one. It was so long ago. This was like 2012. 2009, I was bidding at the Daytona. That's another one you want to go to. If you've never been to a Daytona, Daytona's
never been to a Daytona show.
Daytona's different. It's just fun. You go to Daytona not for the animals so much, but for the atmosphere. Well, Potter's got that going. Potter and Ashley's got that going for their shows right now. Their atmosphere is amazing. The Tinley Park is just done right. I love Tinley Park.
Yeah, it's a show I definitely want to get to too. It's a far trip for me though, so that's why. I mean, I got a lot of people around here that go. All, friends of mine, they all go, but
my problem is I produce so much, but I wholesale a lot, and I do all these little shows. So I don't think I can do it right. To do Tinley Park, with what the prices are, with electricity and everything, me getting 2 nights at the hotel, food for my kids, and all this other stuff. I mean, I'd have to sell like $20,000 to $30,000 in geckos, and that's a hard thing to do. And everyone's gonna be like, "You don't have to do that." Well, some of these breeders that are breeding geckos have one person and their boyfriend or girlfriend. That's all they got.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my family, and it's just more profitable than little shows. It's nothing against Potter. I would love to go. And then I would have to keep, I'd have to take 1,000 to 1,200 geckos. I mean, if I'm going big.
Yeah, you might as well. John, no, I did not see that. I missed that.
No, I didn't see. I don't really follow Matt very much anymore. But I cut my tattoo. Great. But I haven't seen his crosses. I will say that I know Matt will post what they are. Like if they're crosses, he'll post their crosses. He posts the genetics. He's very good at that. But I haven't followed Matt since he's been back. I can go there now and look at it though.
You can even put it on the screen, can
you? Yeah, we can put that up. Let's see here. Well, if my Facebook wants to work. Hey, remember, Facebook goes down, TRR doesn't.
Yep. That was fun. That was a great post.
Yeah, some people got mad at me.
Why? I thought that was great. Do you know what didn't go down today? It's his story.
Let's see. A couple males. Oh, his atomic clowns and they clown G's. Yeah, I can put these up. I put them up. He's not going to yell at me. He probably won't even talk to me about it. Let's see here. Share screen. This one here. So that's an atomic clown. This one's not showing a lot of the clown, but this is a nice. But if you know atomic, I worked with atomic back in the day. Atomic tends to brown out, but that's a pretty animal in my opinion. It's showing the green highlights and the yellow highlights. I like head pattern, and that one has head pattern. I like that a lot. But this one here is a clown cross G, a clown cross G cross raptor. I'm not sure how he feels about the clown G being crossed into each other because they were so different projects. I mean, the G project he had envisioned wasn't what the clown was, and people mixed them together. So I hope the G project comes back. I hope he gets that back to where he had it. Because the G project stuff was some of the best stuff that Matt was putting out for a while, in my opinion. That one there, that's a pretty cool animal. I like the orange speckling in the tail. I like that. This animal here is probably the coolest one that I've seen, the Clown G Cross Raptor. That one's kind of cool to me.
That one's pretty cool. I like the head pattern.
Yeah, the head highlights.
Darkness. Looks like somebody hit it with a spray paint. Psh, psh, psh.
And that's that back to the original. What you're going to get from Matt is you're going to get honesty about what it is, and that's what's really cool about it. You're going to get honesty.
Well, that's the most important thing, getting honesty. You know.
Oh, it's in his story. Let's see. I don't see a story. I don't. That's what I've seen. Oh, there's more. This one's kind of insane. This is actually Atomic Clown cross clown. I think he's getting back to that clown look, in my opinion. That's an insane.
Oh,
gecko.
that's nice. Yeah,
that's
like
an
one.
insane gecko. I want to know if they're clean on albino. If they're clean from albino, that's a strong animal right there. If he's selling that, that's worth going after. That's an amazing animal. That's an amazing animal too. Look at the green
like that
popping
one.
out. I think this is going back to what clown was. This is really representing that deep orange striping, the green in it. That's an amazing animal too.
Look at the tail stripe. I love it.
This is a Clown G across Blood and Marine. The G project had some carrot tailing, man. That original G project stuff he was posting is just insane.
Yep.
That's a nice animal.
I like that one.
This group is a killer looking animals. I'm looking at the screen over on my left, though I go through it.
Yeah, that one's nice.
This one kind of looks like my blood stuff when they hatch the ones that hypo out.
Yeah.
I really like because they get that intense black on their tails, and I think that's the tangerine thing coming through. But if he gets his clown stuff, Black Knight, Mandarin, okay. Cross Atomic Clown. Oh, that's kind of going to be interesting. I wonder if that's going to bring out more green like this is showing. That's an interesting project.
Yep.
That I like that one. I like that. It's a busy animal.
Very busy. I like that too. I like busyness.
That's a busy animal. I like that. So he's got some really cool stuff. He posted that 4 hours ago. Let's see. This is a Firebolt cross clown. That's a really nice animal. I like that. That Firebolt stuff is really nice. That's an insane animal. He's got some stuff coming out already, and this is his first year back.
First year back, yeah.
Yeah, he's got some insane stuff. Well, look at the stuff.
Do you think he'll go as big as he was before?
I'm not totally sure. I used to talk to Matt a lot. I think the hobby would do better if Matt did. There's a lot of people that say it wouldn't do better, but I think it would do really good if Matt came back in a hobby as big as he was before. Just because he has the ethics and the morals of the genetic part of it. He's a genetic freak. Like he can look at two animals and just go, "This is what it's going to create."
Yeah, he's good. He can look at something. He's like a Justin Kabalka type of person. He can look at animals and be like, I know what that's going to look like.
And he's really good at that. He's really particular. He's OCD about it to an extent. I used to talk to him a lot about geckos, planning geckos. He taught me a lot. I come from the JMG era where, you're breeding in groups. This is what you do. Genetics, that's a possible het tremper. That's what you label it. he brought me into let's make sure we know exactly what's in every animal. That's where that came from with me. When I was with JMG, yeah, it came from Tremper stuff, so it's possible at Tremper, and that's how it came. But Matt really brought that back out of me. And I mean, we had a falling off. I don't know if either one of us truly know exactly what it was, but I know that he went through some stuff and.
Don't tell people if Dad stands up, he's in his underwear.
They're trying to mess with me over here.
Yeah, so Matt is good that he's back. I think it's good. I've had some talks with some of my friends, and they're having mixed results of it. But I think Matt coming back to the gecko hobby is a very positive thing.
Yeah, so I was going to say that too.
He knows a lot about it. Oh, look at that. He's got Hardwickies. So, I mean, Matt's just one of them people that if people think of him as a leopard gecko breeder, which he is, but he was breeding cave geckos, Hardwickie. He dabbled in a little of everything. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I still follow him because I follow his page, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you a couple pictures, and I'd like to get your what if people are watching. I'd like to get what they think of them, if it's possible.
Yeah, we got people. We can show people some stuff.
Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna send them to you. That's what I was doing. I was listening to everything you were saying.
No, you're fine, brother.
These are two animals. It's 3 pictures, but 2 animals, and I just was, get your guys, everybody's opinions of these. These are ones I hatched out this year. These are I'm proud of these guys.
White and yellow eclipse. We can make that full. Let's do that. Boom. That's a white and yellow eclipse all day long. You're getting that striping from that male that you have, that white and yellow raptor. So it's coming from the M2 line because M2 line did go into the clouded stuff at one time. And he has that striping. I like it. I like the head pattern on it. It's a really cool animal. I think this is a female. I would keep it for sure.
I believe it is. I'd have to look.
If it's a male, you would want to wait till you get a female like it to really breed that product. I mean, breed anything, but breed it to a female like that. But
I'm pretty sure that this one's a female.
I mean, I would take that right back to dad. That's what I personally would do because I've outcrossed it so much it wouldn't hurt nothing.
Yeah.
No, there's my grandson.
So cute.
That same one. This is the same animal.
Just a different side,
But the clouded is what's washing out the head so much. For some reason, the clouded either gets really, really light or really, really dark. I haven't figured all that out yet. I still haven't. That's another reason why I haven't really pushed the clouded out there to public yet. And that animal there, it came from the clouded stuff I sent you too. I know it did.
Yes, it did. I love the stonewashed look on its back.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I don't have stonewash. Stonewash is a thing. It comes from James.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it is. You can. I mean, stonewash is. It looks like stonewash. Now, how did Jeff make it? I forget. I don't know if stonewash came out of the blood stuff. I forget how, but it is a stonewash. Tremper is a thing. I don't have stonewash stuff. But this one when it gets bigger, we'll see. But that burnt, like brown in the tail.
That's what I like, with the bright white tail and the burnt look on it like that.
Yeah, that's an insane tail. Not many gecko breeders look at tails. My daughter's saying it's so pretty. I know, isn't it? And not many gecko breeders look at tail other than carrot tail. I'm looking at that tail. I'm looking at every aspect of the gecko. And that's the JMG coming out of me. Jeff Jr., he breeds geckos still, but he used to like break down the down to like, oh, there's 3 spots here. Look at that. Breed it to blood and see what happens. That's an idea.
Yeah, I got the bloodline. So,
That's an idea. See what happens. Let me go.
and if you look on his neck,
I'm going
he had
back.
he's got 2 little dark spots, one on each side, right at the side of his neck. There, you can't really. I
Yep,
didn't
right
send you.
here.
Yep.
That animal's cool. I honestly think it's gonna get dark as it gets older, because that's the clouded line does the clouded eclipse stuff makes their head more white. I was upset about it because I like the high pied heads. So my
Yes.
clouded eclipse stuff has high pied heads, and I tried to breed out the clouded and put the pied into other stuff. It didn't work. So I don't know. Yeah, it did. I took one of my best clouded eclipses that have really high white heads. I worked them into another line. I still got them, and I worked them in second gen. They're all gone. I didn't get the high white heads.
Do you know what else I like about this guy?
What's that?
He's so calm. I'm serious.
Clouded tend to be.
He's the calmest of every gecko I got. I mean, I can just reach my hand and walk and stand on my hand. I can pick him right up.
Let's see. This animal here. See how that kind of looks clownish? Ooh.
Yes, but that's beautiful.
That's blood stuff. Let's see if I post it. This animal here, that actually is for sale.
There you go, guys. I love how orange his tail is. How much of his tail is orange.
If it doesn't sell before breeding season next year, I'm keeping it.
I would. That's what I would say to do.
I have better than him, but his attitude is actually not that bad. For my blood stuff's hyper. It's just my blood stuff's hyper.
When I open up a tub, I got to have my hand out to catch because they come flying.
Yeah, and I don't know if it is because of the male, my original male's hyper, but it's all my blood stuff's hyper. So that there is a.
John said it looks like. You see what he said down there?
Low end RD. Red Diamond. This here is, I actually posted this on exclusive, and I was showing people, and they thought it was Red Diamond. I don't have Red Diamond. This is just my blood stuff into my Tremper line, because I don't have Bell. This here is also, whoops, go up TR. This here is, it's showing you, this is a Blood Tangerine, 66% het Tremper. This animal here is the classic looking blood body, but it don't have the spotting on the head.
The ones I got from you, beautiful spotting.
Is that the same? Oh, that's the same gecko I posted on TR. Let's see. I thought I posted some more geckos. We're showing geckos. Oh, that's a bell. That's nothing special. I thought I had some. Oh, that there, it shows poop, but that there is a white and yellow het nothing. That is a basic white and yellow.
That's nice, though. I like it.
No, it has poop. That's when it first arrived. The first day it arrived. Let's see. White-eyed skink. Let's see. Crocodile skink, should I say? Look at, I haven't been. This video has live.
That was one of our lives, I think. Yeah, that's a nice one.
This here is something I want. That is a big one. This one here is the Cypher Bell.
Wow. We were just talking about the Cypher, weren't we?
JMG, if you can get a hold of JMG's Black Knight charcoal crosses, they're pretty cool. And if he has any blood stuff, grab it.
They look now the Black Knight charcoal crosses, they're the ones that look like they're black and white, right? Like they're gray and
no,
dark
that
black.
Was just that one that Chris posted.
Okay.
So it's not. I don't think he's reproduced it. Oh, what was that? The last 8 months. Oh,
that was a pretty intense looking one, though.
Yeah, that Bell Cypher is awesome. I don't know. Let's just do this. Let's go see all photos. That'd be faster, wouldn't it? Right here. This one's for sale too.
Pants on.
Yeah.
This one's for sale. It still has the banding. So it's pretty insane.
That's yours, right?
Yeah, this one's mine. It's for sale. They give you something about his black bloods. His black bloods are insane. And if he has the original stuff that he produced and you can afford it, his black bloods are not from like Black Knight. People confuse that. That is directly from his bloodline because some of the blood's dirtied up, like got darker. His black bloods are insane. His blood and Marines are insane. If you want blood, I will say this: JMG's line of blood is he's the creator of it. 100%, he's the creator. I just grabbed two. Oh yeah, them are the charcoal Black Knights. It had carbon in it. That's right. Chris produced was carbon.
Carbon, that's what it was, right? Is that what you
Yeah,
I was talking about?
Carbon's another line of melanistic. So there's like if you consider clouded to be melanistic line, there's like 5 lines of melanistic now. Now, here's my thought about clouded. It's a project to me, and it does produce darker geckos. I could probably put it out there tomorrow, and no one would question me on it if I marketed it and put it out there and started selling animals for $5,000. People are like, it's a new, but
You should do it.
but I tested it against Black Knight. It produced nothing dark, nothing. So I'm keeping the animals back. I'm going to breed them together. But my issue is if you breed 2 really light Black Knights, you can still get black animals. So I don't know if the Black Knight, because I only took a pure Black Knight. Well, it was sold to me as a pure Black Knight. I didn't produce any albinos with it because I only bred it to clouded. And I produced, and they all look normal. I got nothing dark. I got nothing for like clouded look. Leo's seen a dark clouded. It's not black. It's a brown animal. It's like if you put it close, it's a brown animal. So I'm more into it. I don't want to make tons of money. Now, I've sold like clouded blood and stuff like that for some nice deals. I could probably put clouded blood up for like $2,000, $3,000 right now. Some of my top stuff, and people wouldn't question me.
No, yeah, no, I
let's look at it. So put it up. Send it to me, and I'll put it up. So, like, my stuff, like, here's my opinion. Is your clouded hypo or high speckled? Because from what I know, I think you should find black pearl charcoals to cross the clouded. My clouded are very heavy speckled. They're not hypo at all.
Here, I'm going to send you.
Yeah, send them on Facebook if you want, man. Send them over to my Facebook.
Pictures of the one that I hatched out. Remember when I hatched this guy out? And then I'll send you a picture of what it looks like now.
So this one here is a total 100% clouded. This is a clouded eclipse from him. Now here's what people are going to be really, when I told them, I'm like, it's not the body, it's the tail. The tail gave it away to me. And now when he's going to send me what it looks like now, this was it shed. Whoops.
That was it.
I'm struggling because I'm trying to click it on this one. That was in shed, but you can see the tails there. I went off the striping of the tail, and underneath the eye, it had white line. I noticed that these produce the darkest geckos in the 2nd gen.
Now, here's what it looks like now.
Leo, I will get back to that. I promise you, I will get back to that. I got this stupid fly. It's bothering me. I hate this fly. And then this here is it now. We're going to add that to stream. That's that animal now. Now, like I told him, I predicted and told him what this animal is going to look like as an adult.
Exactly.
To the T. It has a white head with spotting, and it's going to be yellow, but it's going to be a washed out yellow with brown spots.
It's almost like a light mustardy yellow.
Yeah. And when you get raptors, it will, you can, if you take a clouded raptor and put it next to a raptor, you can tell the difference. It's in your face. Emily's here. What's up, Emily?
Hello, Emily.
So let me do this, and let me go here, go back here. Let's go back to Leo and go here.
I hope that them pictures helped you, John, there.
Is that a bell? No, that's not a bell. Is that a bell? That's an eclipse.
Yeah, that's nice.
I like that animal. That has a mustardy look into it. What male produced that? Is that stuff you got for me?
Yeah, he told me too. When Leo sent me these pictures the other day, I was like, he told me what they were.
Super snow, possible Trapper head eclipse, orange. Yeah. I'm thinking that super snow came out of clouded stuff eventually, but no. Let me go back here. That animal's insane. I like it. I don't think the orange is going to stay in the head though.
Now, does that have white and yellow in it or no?
No, I don't see it.
Okay.
Its tail shows something. I don't see it. I mean, it's got high white sides. I can see the white sides from the top. But the eclipse could be given that pastel. That's an eclipse, isn't it? That's an eclipse 100%. Oh, the SSC isn't for me. Okay, cool. I'm glad you said that. I was like, but that has eclipse in it. That there is more interesting. This one's more interesting to me.
I like that one. I like the white head.
I like this animal a lot. I'm all about pied heads, guys. I'm all about pied heads. I am huge.
Dry your back one, even though I know it says don't dry it completely, but it was like barely dry. Like I just took it out of the washer.
That's because you had it on low temperature, right?
Well, that's what it says.
Yeah.
To dry it on because it's a heated blanket. You don't want to break those elements because I guarantee that's how they keep them
I'm sure.
So how I pick animals to breed is now my brother is commenting to me. What does my brother want? Hi. Oh, don't forget the 4 years between. Oh, my sister's birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday, Mindy. She won't be watching this.
We'll let her know we all said happy birthday.
Isn't visual the spotted one isn't visual eclipse? It shows eclipse signs. Let's see what we got going on here because we got more.
Emily said congratulations for the new addition to your family.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody that don't know, Gary had a grandson Friday.
Yes. People say I'm not old enough. They were like shocked.
Friday.
I'm 42, but I have a 26-year-old stepdaughter. But how I choose my animals is I don't worry about what they sell for, and I try to tell people this all the time when they buy from me. Leo will even tell you, I don't care what stuff sells for. If I don't like it, I'm not breeding it. I am not a Black Knight fan.
Don't take offense by this.
Wait, she's gonna say something. What?
Tell them, don't take any offense to this.
Don't take any offense to this, whatever that's supposed to mean. So it's gonna be something.
But I know for a fact that October babies can be assholes when they get older.
Yeah, we have a few of them in our family.
I'm an asshole, and I'm born in January.
He said he's an asshole and he was born in January. That's a.
Well, at least he said it.
No. Well, Mark was born in January. So yeah, it's all good. That's Leo.
I like it. Yeah,
people born in July are calm.
So when I pick out your stuff, I kind of now talking to you, and you let me pick out your stuff, and I like we got to send this and this. There's a reason I send you certain stuff. When you breed it together, you see what they are, and I'm like, there you go.
What were you saying though?
I said, why don't you stop lying to people?
Well, the Geminis are murderers.
But then us Geminis, you know.
Yeah.
Depending on what side you're on.
Yeah.
So
are you on the good side? Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
I don't kill people. I have people do it for me.
Yeah, that's dope. He says he doesn't kill people. He has people do it for him.
I'm bad at that.
So now, what were you saying again? I got distracted.
When I tell people I don't breed for money. I don't.
No.
So I breed what I like. I like blood. I like certain looks. And this is going to take me into another thing that I really hate about the hobby, but I deal with. So when I'm sending stuff to you, I'm like, I know what you're looking to do and I know what you're liking. So I give you like the blood trio I gave you. Them are going to create some freaking insane animals. You're going to breed them together and you're going to be like, oh my God.
I can tell just by the way they look now.
But I made sure that they're so outcrossed. They're relatives. No, they all came from M7. but they're so outcrossed now. You can breed them together and they're good to go. So like people ask, why do you name your lines? And someone asked me, says lines, like Miles says all the time, like, I wish I could do a fancy line. And I'm like, the reason is we created lines like Clouded Blood. Blood is JMG, Clouded's me, and I put it together, Clouded Blood, but I can't call it Black Blood because JMG has a Black Blood.
Yeah.
So if I call it Black Blood, no, it's not a Black Blood, Gary, but I could technically make Dark Bloods by just breeding bloods together. Could I call them Black Bloods? That's where Black Bloods came from. It's just bloods that turn dark, and they get speckling and they look dirty. So we created this whole lines, and now people say, you're a breeder, you want a line. Well, not really. I have blood that I bred for pattern that look like clowns. I've had Evan, Miles, everyone comes up and goes, is that clown? It's my wacky blood stuff. Oh, there's another line, Gary. I'm like, no, on my tubs I put wacky. What wacky means is wacky pattern.
Yeah, and that helps you identify.
Yes.
It's not for.
I
got what you're saying.
Anything. And so when I take them to shows, sometimes I put wacky on there so I know it's from the wacky line. Because when I start taking stuff in number 78719, I don't know what that is off the top of my head sometimes. I'm like, oh, I got to look. So if I put wacky there, I know what line it came from. In my opinion, if you use the base level components like blood that are dark, then you breed for dark. It's fair to call them Black Blood. And I agree to an extent, but I guarantee others wouldn't. Like, I have a bloodline. I know where my blood came from. I paid a lot of money for my original blood to get back into them. The story goes, when I was looking for my blood, I was looking for my atomic stuff. When I was breeding back in 2012, my atomic stuff came from Matt. Matt got him from another person out of Texas. Matt is not the originator of atomic. He said it many times. He said it on podcasts. He's not the originator of atomic. But atomic was big back then. But like me, Don Hamilton, Matt, when we bred atomic browns out. They actually are uglier tangerines when they get older. And people will fight me on that and say, no, they're not. Well, now it's been bred 10 years. You get what I'm getting at? Now it's been bred. So I was looking for my original atomic line so I could make atomic rains. That's what the tangerine I wanted for my rainwaters. I came across this blood male. I came across the M7. I paid up for M7. So that's the best thing about you. It's that you breed for passion. I tell you the truth. I mean, I make okay money, but it's not the most important thing to me. I mean, Wally can tell you, I give away geckos at shows.
Well, here's the deal. You breed for the passion and the money will come. Not that you're breeding for the money, but if you put enough time and effort into it.
If Leo or you ask me what I'd sell something for, I'll tell you what I sell it for. And sometimes I'm undervalued, but then my friends undervalue stuff. Like I tell Miles all the time, you get more money for that. And then I'll sell something like I'll admit it. I'll say this right now. I sold a Clouded Blood for $500. It was an insane Clouded Blood. It was an insane one. But it went to a very good person that he's just getting into it. And he was one of the first to see Clouded out there. And it wasn't Leo. But he came up to me and
it wasn't me either. So,
but he's going to take some time to make Clouded Blood because that's his only Clouded he has. But now the clown thing, like stupid lines, like everyone would go, oh, another line. Well, we can't call it clown because if the originator says, if you make a gecko that looks like this, you can call it clown. We don't do that because line bred traits, someone claims a name. They're like, no one can call it that unless you buy it from me. I mean, what should I call my cloud line? Melanistic?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, tangerine. Should we just call them all tangerines? I mean, for real, most of the tangerines today are mixes of other tangerine lines. I mean, seriously, they are. Blood is not. Blood was original from JMG. But Electric was a mixture of a bunch of different tangerine lines. And to tell you the truth, I've been breeding for blood for pattern. If you want to go, my bloodline is blood, but the animals I'm creating does not fit the description of JMG calling them blood. Blood is a blood hypo. It's not blood tangerine. It's a blood hypo. So the animal was supposed to be hypo with dark speckling on the tail and the head. That's what a blood hypo is. So I still catch myself saying blood hypo, and people look at me like, "What do you mean blood hypo?" Like, well, that's what they are.
Well, that's what I like. Like, you ask me questions all the time. I tell you what it is I'm trying to get to, what I like, and then you get an idea in your head of what will get me what I like, what I do.
Yeah, I mean, everyone thinks. I mean, that's another thing that really gets to me. Is someone's like, "Oh, tangerine line's the quality line," or more. It matters what tangerine. A baseline tangerine, you can get really pretty ones that for cheap. You don't have to sell them for expensive amount of money. I sell tangerines for $100. They're good tangerines.
Well, I could tell you this much, and I do know this, that next year we're gonna see what Clouded does with the bloods, because I got the big female that
I'm telling you,
boom.
You got that male, the male blood that you have. Use him. If he's like Dad, I could breed M7, and I could breed 1419, and I can breed. I think he's 190 something. 20, I forget the exact, but all of them, I can breed them to 50 females. They would not even stop. They just keep breeding. They don't care.
Yeah.
They'll eat while they're breeding. I don't want to sell my Clouded stuff, but my problem with Clouded is I don't want to sell it for big money. But it's not black. It's brown. It's a brown animal. It's a deep brown, but it's not black at all.
It's almost like a dark mustard.
Yeah. I don't know if I have the animal. I can see if I have. Now everyone's gonna see it. I can show everybody. I think I posted it. Let me see if I find it while we're talking. Let me see. I almost guarantee I posted it. There's my rubber duckies. Let's do that animal. That's a Clouded. I might not have posted it. Oh, that's. I'll show you a M2 wacky from M2 line. Oh, geez, I might not have posted it. Oh, geez. But I got 2 pictures up here so far. Let me go one more time through all these pictures. Oh, there it is. That is Clouded.
See, yeah, that's like a brown.
And yes, I just
that.
said just a gecko.
So that's pure Clouded?
No, that is Het Tremper. That is also Het Eclipse or possible Het Eclipse. It's 100% Het Tremper.
That's a dark,
Clouded.
Clouded.
That is my Gen 5 stuff. I won't sell any of that. I'm still working with it. The only black on this gecko is the tail. That little blotch on the tail, like right here.
Yeah,
that's the only black on the animal.
Maybe you should name it a chocolate.
That would be cool. Then, like this here, this is Wacky. This is a Wacky M2. So I love pattern, but some people call that clown. This animal was up for sale. It even says right here, I'm getting message about this. This is not a clown or a G Project stuff. It's not at all. Let's see. I hold it back, Britt, to another cool pattern. So at one time, this was up for sale. This animal's for sale. I think I had like $250 on it. No one bought it. Then this is a tangerine Clouded. This is when I first started. This is in the M2. That the M2 Clouded line, the tangerine is not blood. And what I was trying to do with this is I was trying to get like orange highlights that come through the cloudedness, the darkness, and I was going to call them sunbursts or sunstorms. and it didn't work out the way I want. This is what I got. And then the next generation, the tangerine's gone. So
That's pretty cool, though. At least you're working the project the right way. You're getting what you want.
she's laying. I believe she's laying in this. I might even said it. I've been protective of the cloud, and not many see pictures of what I post. This is a changing soon. I put, she produces some very dark babies, and sort of upset me because what I just told you, the sunburst didn't work.
Because the dryer won't.
Solar flare would be cool too.
Because it's the sensor saying that it's dry.
Okay.
So M2 stuff didn't work. In my M2 stuff, I can see if I can find M2 while we're talking.
It's Andrew saying hi to you right here.
Hey, what's up, dude?
He said, "What's up, dude?"
What's up?
Let me see if I can find M2 somewhere in here. M2 is a tangerine tremper that is Het Eclipse that started throwing me some stuff. I can show this too. My white and yellow stuff there. That's white and yellow. I've probably already seen that. Where is... It's pretty sad that I can just look at a picture and tell it's M2. That's M7. That's my red stripe. This is an atomic. I can show people atomic from back in the day. This is clouded stuff. We're gonna talk clouded. We're gonna really talk clouded.
Well, congratulations, Emily. She's talking. She got some new isopods like rubber duckies and stuff.
I just got a few new species. I heard rubber ducky, so I wanted to share. I got rubber duckies, but they breed so slow, and they're doing good. I like my rubbers. My buddy gave me that. Okay, let's go back to here. This is M2. So Travis Garver, you'll see comments. I don't care. You can go on these and see. But this is M2. In this picture, he might be 5, 6. So it was in 2020. But he's not the best looking. This is, give an example. This is not the best looking tangerine tremper. But see how the tangerine striping, it's got striped tangerine. He passes that down.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is him about mid breeding season. So that is M2. So whenever I say M2 at shows or on here, this is M2. That's him.
I think I got some M2 stuff.
You sure do. M2, and he's about 90 grams in that picture too.
Oh crap!
He's a big boy. This here is a very bad picture, but this is clouded M2 first gen. And that's how it hatched out. This is a little bigger than hatchling, but you can see that it's got darkness. I was really disappointed in that. This is bad. I didn't even look at the comments. I'm even talking about, I have been getting a question about clouded. So there's that clouded. This here is atomic. It's a really little picture, but that shows you what atomic is. I don't have any atomic line anymore. But that's atomic. There's M7. That's my original blood.
He's nice.
He is a big boy. He bites. He doesn't like people. But that is M7. That there is white and yellow bell. That's a white and yellow radar, to tell you the truth. That's a white and yellow radar. That is a white and yellow tremper. So I don't sell white and yellows and go, oh, it might be white and yellow. I don't do that crap. And then there's,
I love that one.
Yeah, that's my girl. That is my darkest female. That's my darkest female. But she does not look that dark at this very moment. She looks dark there. She does lighten up. They're almost just like charcoals where they go in and out, and black pearls. Black pearls where they go in and out of it. So, like moods, like you'll go in one day and she'll be lighter and you can see the speckling, and the next day it's dark.
Yeah, that happens with them. So when you hit the really dark animals that start coming out, and you're starting to produce steady dark animals, and then you can start pushing the clouded line. Are you gonna like sell them for really cheap, expensive? What's your plans on that?
I'm gonna go off of like what the feel is at the time. If people like them, I'll sell them, and the ones that are darker, I'm going to sell them for more money. Of course, I
Of
don't know if I'm
course.
going to do the $5,000 thing like for just basic clouded. I
Yeah.
think clouded and Black Knight on their own, and now I'm going to get hate for this. I think they're the stupidest thing in the world because there's no color. We want color, and they're black. Okay. So
I like how you did that. Okay.
so I want color, so I'm using that to enhance stuff, and I think the black and the dark can enhance other colors. So if I could take a clouded, which my dream was, is breed them to bold and make that bold even more bold and more black. That was my dream, and then have orange. So Firebolts was kind of the way I was going to go, but I wanted that dark tangerine and dark black with striping, and
Yeah. One thing I'll tell you, the clouded line doesn't have any fertility issues like some of the Black Knight stuff does.
No, they'll breed and give you eggs after eggs after eggs.
I love color too, Wally. So
I'm all about color.
Hello, Wally.
So Clouded was a mistake. I bought that trio, and I was just building my collection back up. Not many people know I lost my collection. That's why I don't have Atomic anymore. My original white and yellow stuff, and I don't have the Sunset Bell, because I know there's a Sunset out there. I was calling them Sunset Bells, and there was a lot of stuff that I lost, and I didn't want anyone giving me stuff. So I started buying back in, and that was one of the first things I did. So I didn't sell any of the babies, and I started showing people, and they're like, "Well, that's weird." But a lot of people told me it's nothing. It's just weird.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's how you line breed geckos.
Yep.
And I started at it.
That's how the tangerine started, was with one little yellow spot, orange spot.
And I'm a orange person. I do like my bloods. I do like tangerines, but I'm not a bright orange. I like that deep burnt orange more. I have projects here I haven't even released, man.
Okay, now here's a question for you. BHB, he had all those geckos, and he started producing out. He produced a couple that were really dark. They were almost a really dark color. Like, I guess he just said it was a melanistic line.
Yep.
And he started breeding that. He kept that one back, and he started working. Now, that's not a real black animal. It's more like a chocolate animal too. Do you think it has any? You think it's similar to?
It could be. It could be. I mean, is it clouded line? I mean, it's really hard to say that anything's a line, because all we do is see a color in a gecko and we breed for it.
Yep.
So, like, people put Brian down because of the animals that he's breeding, but I mean, he could do the same thing and say, I mean, if he knew the recessive genetics, because let's be honest, dominant and complete dominant, you see right away. So if he knew the recessive genetics in his animals, he would be that much better off, and he could probably beat a lot of people to a lot of projects because he's got a large collection. He does have that dark stuff, but I don't think people like me and other serious gecko breeders will buy off Brian because of that, because it's just too much testing we got to do.
I think he's scaling way back. I think I heard that he's going to scale way back.
Well, the dude's building a $4 million zoo,
something like that.
Yeah, well, Emily got tons of new isopods. Had it up there. Blonde duckies, I don't know what them are, but them sound cool. Kaluji Debrovan, okay, them thingies too. And the best news, I found the Ember bees that are really wanted. Now that's a good news. Ember bees. I probably already mentioned this. No panel discussion. No, with him, with the news that we announced today earlier was he had his family over.
Just went shopping,
and I had a grandson born on Friday, so I didn't have a lot of time. That's why I haven't been online a lot lately to get things going. So he asked me, I'm like, well, you're gonna have to post it, and we didn't get enough people. I think what we're gonna do is when we get the panel, I know once we post it, we get a panel. I kind of want new people. Or different aspects of it, and because I learned something from the panels. I do. Okay, but also his scaled down lines are 100 times better looking than his old one color geckos. Yeah, I agree. I don't blame BHB for that. I think he has someone doing it for him. So, I mean, well, BHB is BHB, but Brian. I saw isopods today, rubber duckies, white duckies, angry monks, happy nuns. Man, these names are hilarious. Dude, I'm telling you, isopods are fun. I love isopods. With the restructure, I think we're going to be doing this. I like new people too. Emily's Live a couple weeks ago was outstanding. I love Emily's Live. Do you know how much I learned about isopods and Emily's Live? Just by going through
I know.
stuff?
It was crazy.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. Look at
Emily has knowledge.
that.
And a big variety of isopods, yes.
I wanted to do a ball python, and I'm just gonna say it. I wanted to do a ball python like thing that we did for the geckos.
Yep.
But everyone says the gecko people are crazy. Do you know how many ball python people told me if I do it, this person's not doing it, and if they do it, I'm not doing this? And
I know. It's absolutely
like
I've been running into that problem because I posted to do another round table, and I've been running into the issue. Some of them are like, fine, we'll do it. Don't have this person on. And then this person's like, well, you don't have that person on. I'm like, well, how about we just do an interview with the one single person and then we'll go on and have another show with just the other single person again. But that round table was fun.
I'll have Brian on here. If Brian and Matt want to come on, I'll do that. I don't care
that would be fun.
We get along. Like there's a guy I got to talk to him. His name is Jim. He used to run a show. I don't know if he's still going to run a show. He ran a show in the Madison area. It's a really small show, but a really successful one. I'm going to see if I can find his post. He hatched out a really cool python. This right here, I'm going to share it. This ball python here, it's not a pied, but it came from a pied to pied breeding.
Yeah, but isn't that a calico? Not a calico, but a you got to give me a minute.
It's not. This has no pied in it. The pied, the markers, like the pattern of the pied, it's not. He thinks it's a snow. Now I don't know genetics of what it does when you mix them in with ball pythons when you start mixing them up, but he says he thinks it's a snow. I've never seen anything like this. It's insane. And you think a paradox?
Yes, definitely looks like a paradox to me.
But it was a pied to pied breeding.
Yeah, I know
got this, and I'm like, and there's people who was like telling me it's a pied, it's a paradox pied, and I agree with them. I don't see the pattern on the normal ball python is not pied.
No, but it is pied to pied. Now, what was in the pied? Was it like a normal pieds? Was it?
He didn't know.
Black pastel pieds? Was it? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that looks like it has other things. It looks like it's got some. To me, it looks like it's got normal in it. Of course, it looks like it might have some banana in it and things like that.
What I think it looks like is someone took a normal ball python, and they took a spray paint or a sprayer and started spraying it and missed a lot of it.
Right, that's what it looks like.
This is the coolest freaking snake in the world. And to tell you the truth, when I posted the round table for ball python, Jim sent me a friend request. And I'm like, sweet, cool. And that's how I met him. And then I seen this, and this is insane. I think Jim will be worth getting on by himself.
That would be perfect. I don't have a problem getting anybody on by themselves. We don't have to do round tables, because obviously people don't get along.
Dalmatian, I've never seen anything like it, man.
Now, see, that's the downfall of the reptile community. People just can't get along enough. To
I'm one of the ones that they don't want to get along. They don't get along. I walk away from stuff more than anything else.
Yeah, I do now. I used to sit and be confrontational with stuff, but I've learned, you would get on with like the Bush League people. Then people were like, "What? Why are you starting trouble with people?" They would just seek out to start trouble. Some of them.
I'm gonna look for the orange pied. Jim has some really freaking cool ball pythons, and I'm not a ball python guy.
Well, you should work on trying to get him on the show.
I'm gonna send him. He said he was up for it, but I don't know if the round table was the thing. But he's a really cool.
We don't
guy.
have to do a round table then.
Yeah, he is a really cool guy. I want to get Al Koritz wants to come on.
That'll be a great show.
If Al comes on, it will be a very scientific.
Yeah, that's where he's going to blow me out of the water because I'm not too scientific with the venomous stuff. But Al's a great guy.
Ball pythons, dude. I couldn't even. When I was selling ball pythons and breeding ball pythons, I understood it. Now, I mean, if you breed this to this, they're two different morphs, but they'll make this. But they only, I mean, that's the only way. It's like it's weird. Like a yellow belly can make a highway, but it's weird. And then
they get nasty over genetics too.
Yeah, and like when I was breeding ball pythons, there was butter, lesser. What was that one?
And now they say a butter and a lesser are the same thing. So
I always used to say that, but butter was Brad Boa thing.
Okay, but I'll tell you something. People say butter and lesser are the same thing. Okay, I seen a guy. I can't find his video no more because he took his channel down. But he bred butters and he bred lessers, and if you put them on a table side by side, you can literally see the difference.
Well, yeah,
he could point it out.
And you breed any of them? I can't think of that fourth one when I was breeding back then. It made blue eye. There was another one, but there was Mojave, lesser, butter, and there was another one. But the other one didn't. It looked like a normal ball python to me. I forget. I keep saying diamond, but it's not diamond. I forget what it was. But
Russo.
And so, my opinion, you breed Mojave to Mojave, you get a blue-eyed Lucy with a gray head.
Yeah, that's just.
But lesser to a Mojave, you get an all-white snake.
But they don't call them the blue-eyed Lucies. No, a lot of people aren't calling them blue-eyed Lucies no more. They're calling them super Mojaves because they get the gray head. They get sometimes that gray stripe down the back. They're not pure white animals.
Yeah.
And then, the funny thing is you hold them under a black light, you can see the pattern.
It's weird. So, ball python world, I mean, I'm sure I could get it because of my genetics background, but I mean, there's a lot to learn, and they're on corn snake level now.
Yeah, corn snake level is like blown away.
So, but I mean, now they got the incomplete dominance, the dominance. This might be an incomplete dominant, like Spider has a super form, but it's not. So that's an incomplete dominant, and it's a dead form. Someone just came out and said there's a pinstripe. A good friend of mine, and I love him to death. DA Exotics, or not DA, that's you. DNA.
I was going to say, what? I'm right here.
DNA Exotics. He does blade, and I'm not questioning him. They're probably blade, and it's a super blade. I'm like, that looks like a normal python to me. I'm serious. I'm like, it's cobra food.
do you know how many of them look normal, but they see things that are just a little bit different? And then I sit and think to myself, when we used to get them in a store way back in the early 80s, and they would come in by the box load, you wonder how many of them you put in there and really didn't look at that went to some kid that didn't do anything with it, And you're like, you wonder how many morphs are missed because of that from back then.
I am so lost with it. My problem with the ball python era is I know someone's going to say you can breed ball pythons in 12 months and 16 months. Egg to breeder is faster in leopard geckos than most stuff. A Picta might be faster, Picta, but
leopard like 3 days.
Yeah, leopard geckos.
Just joking.
I can do projects quickly, and I know this sound morbid. What I'm going to say, I'm 42 years old, so if I just get in a ball python game and I'm going to have a project that's going to take me 10 to 15 years, am I still going to be in the game?
Good question.
But my leopard geckos 5-6 years is enough to prove projects and do what I want.
Leo can't find female Pictus.
I know where a female Picta was. I'm almost certain my buddy Wally had some female Picta on his table at Green Bay. I might be wrong, but I thought he did. I one of those shows, Rothschild, one of them.
Well, you know, my little
ones, they would have grown up in like 2 days.
my little picture that I hatched out this year. I don't know what it is yet. It's still tiny, but he's eating and he's growing. And
I was
his
gonna
stripe is
say,
getting wider.
correct me if I'm wrong, but picked that breed in 1 year.
They could breed, I think, they technically, from what I've read, they can breed in like 3 or 4 months.
Yes. Oh, someone turned that light on and it went off.
Yep. Go into his Facebook page, Supreme Gecko, and put it on the wish list.
Yes. But I'm telling you, I seen he had some females in, but picked a breed like rabbits.
Yep.
I did not have picked it on the table at Rush Hour. I cannot keep up with the request. Oh, maybe I was wrong. There we go. I was wrong.
Pictas are insane right now.
Whenever
no problem, Gary.
Whenever
no problem, Wally. Gary.
Whenever Wally has them picked on his table, they fly off. They just fly off. Everyone asks me, why don't I breed Picta? And I'm like, dude, I have too much stuff. I gotta refocus.
I mean,
see,
mine are laying eggs again. It's like they went through a cycle. They were laying eggs and they stopped.
Mealy. Knobtails females are hard to find right now.
And then they started producing again. Now they're starting to drop eggs again. And I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, what?
Picta are insane. They're rabbits.
Yeah. I don't know. Gary, I mean, Wally, could you answer that? At what age can they breed at? I know you're not supposed to breed them at a young age, but what's like the age that they can technically, if they were together with a male, they could start breeding?
I like breeding female leopard geckos. I look at size over age. Well, if they're 6 months old at size, I'm not doing it. But they're over a year and they're not size, I don't do it. I do have slow growing animals. Like some of my Bell stuff grows slow.
Some of the stuff I got that I hatched out this year.
They can breed just after hatching. Oh my Lord, I swear.
They come out not pregnant, right?
Yeah, 6 to 8 months, but wait, more than that.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would do like a year. I'm a firm believer, and that's what's nice about having large collections too, is I don't have to like push an animal. I can we'll wait. I have females that I have not bred. They're virgins and they're 4 years old.
That's good.
I just don't see nothing. I got a plan for them. I need a certain male for them, or I have like 20 eggs at that project. I don't want 50 because I hold back projects a lot before I sell a lot of it.
Well, that's the way to prove it out and stuff, though, too.
Yeah, like I have. I'm trying to do my sunset thing with the Bell again. I want tangerine that has like. It looks like a sun setting, so the yellow fades into orange, or the orange fades into yellow. I had it going when I lost my collection. I had it nice. I have pictures of them somewhere. So, and I call them sunsets because that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
I don't think I was the one that named him. I think it was Jeff Jr. He goes, that kind of looks like a sunset. I'm like,
that's the name.
And I'm not sure if he ever used it, but then I told him. I was talking to him on the phone one day about my white and yellow projects, and I said, no one's hit the white and yellow at this time. No one's hit the Super Snow white and yellow radars. And I told him I hit the Super Snow white and yellow Bell, but my male couldn't have been eclipsed because my male proved not to be head eclipse. It was a possible head eclipse, so it had the Super Snow eye, which is all black, but it wasn't a radar. And I'm like, it's a side effect. And he goes, I like that name. I'm going to use it. I was like, and so I had this like $3,000 side effect gecko at the time. So.
Yeah. You talk about Wally's wish list. I had to put my name on the wish list for the gargoyle because I need a male to go with that one.
I can't go wrong. I mean, his gargoyles are freaking insane.
Did
the
you
red
see
ones.
The one I got from him?
Yeah.
That thing is pink.
He donated one to the auction at Janesville for US Arc.
Yeah. I love that one.
I was like, what is that? That was cool. And I'm not a gargoyle guy because I can't breed gargoyles. I don't care what people say. I'm gonna try one more year. If I don't get eggs and hatchlings, I swear to God, gargoyles hate me.
I was talking to Wally. I was like, "Wow, that one looks great. That one looks great." Then he showed the video of it up on auction, and he's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, wow.
I remember that auction. That was a really fun night. That was the last time Evan was at a show. Evan took some snakes from me because I got a bunch of corn snakes in a trade because they wanted a gecko. I forget what gecko they got. I got like 15 corn snakes. They were just like snows, aneries, and albinos. And Evan wanted a couple snakes. I'm like, just take them, dude. Whatever. And that was the last weekend with Evan. And Evan has not been back to a show, so I'm gonna beat him up when I see him.
Did you guys see Wally's video? He just put out the gargoyle video.
Nope, it's on my watch list for tonight. I got a lot of catching up to do with Wally's videos because the last 2 weeks have been really insane. Up and down for me.
He shows off some insane looking gargoyles. It's like, and it's just like a picture show because he's taking them out and showing them to you, and then he shows you another one. It's great.
Walk up to Evan and Miles, look at Miles in the face and say, Gary loves you. Look at Evan and say, Gary's mad at you because you haven't seen him in a while. Because I believe Evan and Miles is at the same table. Question, what did you mean when you said ball pythons are the new corn snake? Genetic wise, when I was back in the day there was a gentleman in New Jersey. I used to buy all his corn snakes produced. He produced like 700 to 1,500 corn snakes a year. I bought them all. I was professional herpiculture, a pro herps. So I had a corn snake breeder that bred for me. And he would have to label them all because of all the genetics. I mean, there's just so many genetics. And I say the ball python's the new corn snake because there's so many genetics. And I did see Wally's gargoyle video. It inspired me.
See, you know, Leo, that's a problem. When I get inspired by watching something, it makes me want to get that something. Even though I can't, but it's crazy. Yeah, I got that one from Wally at the beginning of the summer here, and it's just insane.
Animal you got from Wally. That thing, it even looks good fired down.
Yeah, it's white.
It looks good fired down. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. I mean, so I mean that's my whole goal is hopefully things go good for me. You want to see a bright gecko, Gary? Yeah, I want to see a bright gecko. I like geckos. I don't have very many geckos here anymore. I tease people.
Yeah.
I cannot believe my friend Nora's daughter is that old already. Wow.
Here it is fired down. I don't know if you guys could see that or not, but
no, that's insane. That's just insane to me.
Uh-huh.
That's insane.
And when he's fired up, he's a red color. Go figure.
Oh my God! I want to get unbanned. Well, whatever. Some people got banned. Banned on. I've never been banned on Facebook. How do you get banned on Facebook?
I don't know. I've never been banned on Facebook. I was banned off of Bush League.
Yeah.
But I think that's a accomplishment, though.
How long until actual red geckos? That's a hard color to hit in geckos. It's a hard color,
and it depends on what gecko species you're talking about. I mean, the red one I got from the red crested gecko that I got from Wally is red.
That was
red.
That was a tangerine bell, and that thing's insane, Wally. I wanted it. I want it now. That's the best looking tangerine bell I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was great. I like that one. That one was Leo's.
Oh,
yeah,
there's a tangerine rainwater. Let's see. Tangerine rainwater, but you're getting washed out because of the lighting. Your lighting's direct, but you're getting washed out. You could tell that the orange in the tail is still a pretty animal. I could show you like what lighting can do. This animal let's see. Let me get this off so I don't show everyone everything all the time. Because just in case something's like personal on my page.
Yeah.
Like this animal here is natural sunlight. This is not natural sunlight. This will show you this animal here. This is in non-direct light, indoor light, non-direct. It's bouncing light. So you can tell what if I put direct light on it, it would wash it out. 100% would wash that out.
Now, would that show up better if you put it out in the sun and
Yes.
took a picture of it?
That's what I'm going to show you next. Let me see if I can find it. Like this is outside. So this
I like
here,
that.
I don't even know what this is. I don't even say that. It just says I'm going to Janesville Expo. I don't know what that was. Sorry guys. This here, this is indirect light.
Wow.
That there's my white, not my white nail. That is red stripe stuff. So Miles has a bell red stripe from this line. This is actually just a red stripe. So this is insane stuff. I didn't breed that line this year. Here's another one.
I love that one too. I like the dark. I like the little bit of blue in the tail.
And then let me see if I can find that one. This here is outside. That's outside in sunlight.
That's insane.
So
I like how it pops.
So it brings out the yellows and the oranges that you don't see. So indirect, that's direct sunlight. I should have put this in the shade and that would have been better. Yeah, if you do indirect light, man, it's better. And put these in the shade, they look better. I mean, that was a pretty animal. This animal here is, I don't know what, it's a tangerine rainwater. You know that. This is a tangerine rainwater. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, so much stuff on here. That was the gecko I got drawn for me one time. That was like, yeah. This is a red stripe as an adult.
I like that look.
Let's see. Gem snow. Clouded raptor. So the clouded raptor, you can see that it's a little different. Here is a gecko that hates me.
Why do you say that?
Oh, it don't like me anymore. It doesn't let me hold it. It literally hates me. Let's see. I don't see anything else that's. This isn't a photo box.
See, I have a problem with the photo box. Either the light's too bright or my camera isn't working right. So, but you've been trying to help me with that.
Well, the problem is this plastic behind this black does reflect light wrong. But I use black because it absorbs more light. If that was white, it would wash out the gecko more. I'd have light bouncing everywhere. This here, I set the ISO at 100. The shutter speed was at maybe 1 in 500th of a second. And I probably had f11 on the 50 millimeter on the f-stop, and I still got that, and I still had to adjust it. Photo shoots are fun, man, but they take time, man. Gecko. This here's my problem too: is I'll take it, set up everything outside, get it all ready to do natural sunlight. And I go out there and I take the same 15 geckos. I'm like, oh, them look cool. And I'll take the same 15 I did last time. I do it every time.
Yeah. Well, I'll take, like I said earlier, I'll take 1,000 pictures of one animal and then put maybe one picture up until I get it, with different lights and stuff. Because like you said, a lot of light washes the stuff out and it shows no color.
Yep.
So
it's crazy. I love my cameras. I'm looking to buy a 100 millimeter macro lens, but they cost like $600. I know it don't sound like a lot, but
it's a lot.
It's for, I mean, I'll never use it as a 100mm lens. I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, I don't like that focal length to use. I'd put on my 150mm lens to 500, and I'd have almost same reach. You know, I mean, the zoom would be back. You use it for the macro. That 100mm macro is insane. They have a cheaper version for $300, but if you're gonna buy something, you're gonna buy the best. Remember when we did this stuff with actual film, thousands of pictures to get one? Oh, dude. When I first read, I got all excited. I went and bought a Fuji film camera. And I was like, this is awesome. And I bought tons of rolls of film, and I thought I was it. I'm like, this is gonna be it. I bought a scanner to scan them into the computer. I went and developed that film, and I had no good shots. Nothing. They were all blurry. I'm like, oh. I was so upset.
I remember when you would order a price list of stuff, and they would send you an actual picture of the animals. And they would put it in there with a price on the back of it.
Oh, today's people would get so insanely nuts if they knew the pictures that we showed each other back in the day when it was real pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, they'd be like, the housing of those are bad. We know the housing's bad, but the point was to move them to their new home.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
man.
kinds of stuff.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of who it was. I called them on the phone. I said I need a price list. This was 30 years ago.
Probably Strictly still, or Crutchfield, or one of them.
Or something like that. And they sent me a big envelope with pictures taped to a piece of paper that they had handwritten on what it was and what the animal and how much they wanted for it. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, that was before computers, so I mean they had computers, but people weren't doing it like we are now. So
I did an order from Strictly way back in the day, sight unseen. You just ordered the stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the way it used to be with most of them.
You got what you got. You got what you got, and there was no. Well, this one looks a little sickly. This one, you got what you got.
You keep it alive or you can't.
Because most of the stuff 20, 30 years ago weren't captive bred.
No, almost nothing was.
Yeah, I mean, in the 90s, you were just starting to get into it, you know?
Well, even, the 80s and 90s, it was crazy stuff.
I mean, people breed a rat snake. They're like, guess what I did? Now it's like, whatever. You got to be cool. You got to breed something that's never been done.
My little 2-year-old grandson did the same thing yesterday.
I remember getting pygmy rattlesnakes in from Joe, which Ray Gushaw sent it to me, but Joe caught them in Florida, like literally caught them. And I got waggler eye, pygmy rattlesnakes, mangroves, and stuff. And I got the pygmy rattlesnakes like 4 days later. I had baby pygmy rattlesnakes.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that was the thing. It was like, oh, you went out in the wild and got babies that way. And then the waggler eye never ate for me. The waggler's viper, she never ate. And she didn't do very well. But I was breeding mangroves that year. What was shipped to me, I got like 12 mangroves sent to me. And I had like 4 clutches the first year.
You know, I remember getting all this stuff in, and you had to go through it and pick ticks off it. Because it wasn't like coming from the facility like that. It's because they went out in the woods and caught that and then shipped it to you.
Mites, that was a thing. Everyone you got.
You got
Q rooms. You were getting it. They used to hang them yellow things all the time.
Yeah, no pest strips. No pest strips. Here's the problem with no pest strips. So not only is it toxic for the mites, it's toxic for you to be breathing that in. They outlawed them in the United States for a long time after they realized they cause cancer and all that stuff. But if you threw a no pest strip in a whole no pest strip, because I've seen people do it, it would kill the animal if you threw it in
the worst thing I've ever seen is, you guys remember Black Knight? You can still get it. You guys remember Black Knight? Black Knight, not the gecko. Black Knight, the spray.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I remember a guy back in the day. I wouldn't breed 4-leggers. I never bred 4-leggers. He had a mite issue. Black Knight was advertised. You could spray it right on the animal. And you could spray the cage. You could spray everything, right? Well, he took it home and he sprayed his animals down, the cages down, and everything else. And he called me the very next day and said, "This killed all my tarantulas, all my crickets, all my
Well, of
mealworms."
course.
And I'm like, "It's killing bugs." Oh, he was mad. I never thought about telling someone don't spray it around tarantulas. He lost everything. But the mites were dead.
Yeah. Of course.
But
You know, a tarantula is a mite.
yeah.
It's the same family. It's
And I was like, dude, why would you do that? I told you could spray it on the animal, but it's a bug. A bug is a bug. And that went around for a while. Like we were going back and forth because I just sold him a can of it. I used to sell it at shows. And I mean, I was so strict at shows. If someone came to trade me an animal, it had to go in a box, like on the other side of my table, wouldn't go near stuff. And I would spray Black Knight on the box.
Do you know Jeff Ronnie? You know who that is, right? The
Yep.
boa breeder. He goes to shows, and when he comes home, he gets changed outside before he even goes in his house. And he's got like a special washing machine and everything just for the clothes he wore at the shows. Because he says, you know, you might not think so, but that damn guy down the corner down there got mites all over his body from his stuff, and he walks by your stuff. I'm like, oh.
Mites are nasty.
Now they got it pretty much under control because you could go by Frontline, spray it on a rag, wipe the animal down, done. You don't even have to buy nothing special for it. But don't do it in a room with tarantulas, isopods, anything like that because it will kill them. They will die.
That's why I have a gecko room. My geckos, I don't have to do it. Geckos don't get mites. So it's just one of them things that, like my boas I have, and like the only thing that in my gecko rooms that could probably get mites is Memphis because he could get them, but he came directly from Peru, so and he came clean. Which I got to check on him. I haven't been down in my gecko room in 3 days.
No.
This is the closest I've been. This is the closest I've been in my gecko room in 3 days.
Well, you've had a hectic time there, but but back in the day, man, mites were the big thing. People fought that non-stop. And then, you know, you talk about getting animals in. You know, back in the day, almost all retics came that were wild. They were wild caught, even babies. Very rarely did you get one to live because they had everything you could think of. It was tough to keep them alive.
And that's what I try to tell people when they're today's world. They're like, "Oh, you guys kept them in these cages and simple cages and stuff like that." I love bioactive. Try to get rid of mites in a bioactive.
Try to get rid of any kind of thing in bioactive.
It's not going to happen. Yeah. I mean, you're going to kill everything in it. So that's why the breeders keep things simple and stuff. Bioactive is awesome. It's a wonderful thing. I think it's a step in the right direction. But we're still keeping animals in glass enclosures for our own pleasure.
Yes.
No matter what we do, that's what we're doing. No matter what we do. You just got to draw your line where your ethic line is. Ethics are different for everyone. Someone said that it's unethical to breed geckos in groups. That's a thing now. And
when did this start?
Oh, I seen it written somewhere. I forget even who said it. And
I keep them all separated anyway. So
yeah, and I'm like, it's not unethical, but where's your ethical line? I mean, do we not breed in racks anymore?
No.
Do we only breed in bioactives? Are we on the paper towel, no paper towel, substrate, no substrate? Where is the ethical line for you? So I try to stay out of those conversations now because it's different for everybody, I guess. So
yeah, it's better just to avoid them conversations because no matter what you do, you're going to be doing something wrong. I don't care what anybody says. That's what they say.
My wholesale's still in groups. I breed my stuff that you buy at shows or an individual.
Yeah.
But I guarantee my wholesale stuff I breed in groups, I know the genetics to them.
Yeah.
Because I created the babies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a raptor. They're going to raptor groups. Up there. I need to build another raptor group. Here's a group of 3. There we go. I'm getting 30 eggs out of that.
Okay. The only animals, I probably shouldn't say it this way, but out of all my geckos, the only ones I really want to put in a somewhat bioactive enclosure will be the cresteds and the gargoyles, the New Caledonia stuff, because
they do good in them.
They look so good in them too. And they hang, in a the bark in the back and all. That's what I want to do.
In my opinion,
those.
animals will always do better in bioactive.
Mhm.
Always. All animals will do better with bioactive. I don't care if it's cave geckos. I don't care if it's leopard geckos. They'll do good with UVB. Every animal should have UVB. Do they need it? No. Can they survive without it? Yes. We've bred these geckos for years without it, but that doesn't mean they don't need it. So, but at the same time, I mean, when breeders like me start producing the level that we are, or I am, it's going to drive cost up. It is. So you're wanting a $400 blood from me. That's going to turn into a $700 blood.
Yeah, because all the stuff you got to buy to put it in a bioactive.
Well, I'm not gonna have the money to do 100 bloods a year. I'm gonna take it down to 3 bloods.
And here's another problem with bioactive when it comes to geckos: you may miss eggs.
Yep.
And then your production levels go down. So then, of course, the price will go up even more. The best thing I ever saw, though, I'm going to tell you right now, was Al. And he put them on these wood chips and stuff like that, as his venomous stuff. And he was feeding it. And the snake was eating it, but then ate some wood chips and stuff. And people had a complete panic about that. He goes, he's like, well, let me guess. When they're in the wild, they kill their animal and they make sure there's no dirt around and no little chunks and nothing when they eat it and it goes in. Okay.
I get yelled at when my Nile eats. I had someone watch it. It ate and it took the eggs out of the dish because we feed them eggs and we put I put bugs in the eggs, everything.
Uh-huh.
It went on the stuff and it was like, well, there's dirt on it now. So I'm like, so he's gonna pass
Did
it.
you see where it came from?
Yeah, I'm like, I think my cats are in here. I thought she was. My messy room, whatever. I thought my cat.
Yeah,
was
no,
there. I
that's
thought she was here.
It's crazy. And then you think about it. Yeah, out in the wild when they eat, they get grass in their mouths and swallow it, and little pieces of wood, sometimes rocks, everything.
Exactly. I mean, there's species of animals that eat rocks.
Yeah,
purposely.
What's the name eats rocks? Well, alligators and crocodiles and things like that will eat rocks. Chickens eat rock. All birds eat some form of rock. But indigo snakes will eat rocks.
Mm-hmm. And people don't understand when you get an animal and they're in a cage for a pleasure, they're getting food, whatever schedule we decide that species need. Like there's people, ball pythons need to eat every week. Then you get some people say ball pythons need to eat once a month. There's difference for every single one.
I can tell there's no way in the wild that they're eating on a schedule, and we're putting them on a schedule, and they're happier that way, I think.
Like a leopard gecko might eat every day in the wild, every day for 7 days. And then they might go 2 weeks without a meal. We're giving them food all the time.
And they get fat.
And then they get fat. There is no such thing as a leopard gecko in the wild that look like our leopard geckos in captivity. Nope. They don't get that huge plump tail and the arm. They're slender. They're just different.
That tail just is holding excess calories. That's all it's doing. And in the wild, they don't have that.
They're getting it when they can. They eat when they can. They drink when they can. Snakes. Snakes are one of the most built animals. They can go months without eating. It's not because they're built to go months without eating.
I had a ball python go on a hunger strike for over a year and a half.
Sulcata tortoises. They eat grass.
Didn't die or nothing. It ate.
Yeah, it won't die. But sulcata tortoises in the wild eat grass. Mm-hmm. You think they're getting pumpkin?
Nope.
All the stuff that cactus leaves, what they like here, they're eating grass. They're 150-pound animals eating grass. They're built to do that. So we're giving them all this stuff, and they're just like, oh, cool, whatever. I don't have to move. I'll eat the stuff.
Leopard geckos, they'll get fat and everything. I've seen this perfect post somebody posted. It says, we're killing our animals with love, and they were feeding the animal because we feed them too much. People end up feeding them too much.
100%. Always. I do it. I do it now. And then breeders, we do it as breeders. We want the females to rebound, so we feed them more. And reptiles' metabolism is different than humans, so we can
Absolutely.
put weight on them so quickly. A ball, like I have a ball python that I have here that I'm putting on a diet because it's just too big. It's too fat.
Well, you know, it's like ball pythons. They talking about being in the wild. They talk about them being, you can't breed them until they're 1,200 grams or 1,500 grams. You know, we would get them in out of the wild, and they would be 800, 900 grams and lay eggs. So there's no way they're waiting until a certain size to breed.
Exactly. And like, here's Emily is feeding the leopard gecko Ritz crackers and vegetables. I can't believe it was eating them. It was obese. But now, if it was in the garage with no heat, geckos that don't have heat will lose weight less. That's why brumating them, you can pump them up and they won't lose weight. An 80-gram leopard gecko in the wild, that would be head honcho.
Yeah.
Hang out there and put them on a diet. Now they're healthy and happy. I mean, there's a look to gecko snakes. Like our Burmese pythons and retics are all overweight in captivity.
Yes, they are. You look, and they're overweight, and they're not as muscular as they are in the wild. When you get a retic, and I'll tell you, my buddy, when he got this retic, and it was wild caught, of course, it was like 8 foot long. That thing was the strongest snake I ever felt in my life. Now you get some of these bigger ones that are like, really, it's just gushy and no muscle tone. There's a big difference.
Retics are different animals. They're different. They're smart. They don't need to eat that often. Snakes don't. I don't know who, I'm not saying they're wrong, but this whole 7-day eat schedule for every snake is wrong. Cobras eat more than pythons.
Yep.
So when I had my cobras, there's cobras I was feeding every 3 or 4 days.
But they're also eating reptiles. They're also eating, well, it depends on what, and that makes a difference.
And my rattlesnakes, when they ate chicks, I would feed 2 or 3 chicks, but they wouldn't eat for a month then. All my Mojaves and my Easterns, Gaboon vipers, you'll kill a Gaboon. You overfeed a Gaboon, you'll kill it.
Yeah.
Well, you literally, the rule is this. You feed it, you wait till it poops, and you feed it again. That's the rule of the Gaboon.
You can't do that with a blood python now. Blood python will go 6 months without taking a dump.
Yeah, I know. And it's just crazy that, I mean, like my boom slings, my typus was eaten every 5 days roughly. But typus are 6 foot long snakes, the width of your thumb.
Yeah.
Well, let's just, we got them. We got that one. And remember when people would feed leopard geckos pinkies? I haven't heard that in a while. I still will do it to an extent. If I have a female that is like not rebounding, she's not putting on weight, I will feed her a pinky every 10 days just to start getting her jump started. But that animal will never breed again for me. She is sold as a pet.
Yeah, because she lost so much weight she can't rebound.
Yeah.
Now, I see them do it a lot with Leachianus feeding pinkies too, because they're much bigger. There's no way. I guarantee you in the wild, they'll go, if they found a mouse nest, they would raid the mouse nest and eat the mice.
My tokay geckos do not eat pinkies. I feed them roaches, though. Roaches put on weight, but for some reason, most leopard geckos, and now there's going to be a leopard gecko person that hates me for this, leopard gecko females will take pinkies. They just do. I don't know what it is about them. And they love them, and they will eat them over a roach. If you put a pinky down, and I don't use live, don't everyone's like that, and put a roach, they will take the pinky.
Now, Emily, do you know what else tokay geckos like? They like fingers. They love the fingers.
I'm actually looking at some green eye tokays.
That would, I always thought about doing them. Not the green eyes, but just tokays in general. But I remember when we had them in the stores, you were always walking around with bleeding fingers or Band-Aids on your hands after messing with
That's what I'm worried about Leachianus. Leachianus has huge freaking jaws, man.
Yep, they'll take a chunk.
They're like, we're going to eat your hand.
Yeah, they'll make you get stitches, I think. But another thing that we do, we feed the same foods over and over again. And in the wild, they're not eating the same thing. They got a massive variety. I mean, I understand that we put vitamins and calcium and stuff on the food and stuff for them to eat. But like when you get like the retics and berms, in the wild, they're not eating rabbits every week. No, they're feeding birds. And I'll tell you what I did learn though. When I did berms, there was a pigeon breeder. I could get pigeons from them. Do you know how? And I heard this from an old guy. He goes, "I'm gonna tell you why birds do better for berms." And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "One, the bones in birds are hollow, and when they eat them, they're easier to digest, so they grow
I didn't know that.
faster and much stronger." And it actually worked. I got a berm. It was feeding one rats and one pigeons.
Yeah.
The one that ate the pigeons grew twice as fast, 2 to 3 times faster than the other one did, and it actually worked. And it was
I would've
actually
never thought of that.
more toned up, and he had a whole theory as to why. I can't remember the whole theory. One was the bones, the feathers are easier to pass through or something. It's not like blocking up with big chunks of fur. And what was the other thing he was saying? In the wild, they eat a lot of birds compared to rodents. I don't know. I mean, not down in Florida, they probably don't, but other places they eat a lot of birds.
Night, buddy. See you.
Yep.
I'm gonna see you in Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac.
Good night, Wally. It was great having you on, bud.
Yeah. Fondy, see you both at Tinley Park tomorrow. Yeah, I wish I was going to Tinley Park, but I'm not going. I was thinking about it. If you're going to Tinley,
Wally,
have fun.
Pictures, lots of pictures, Wally. Maybe
do
a video.
Go up to Miles and give him a big kiss for me. Oh, man. I was talking to Miles the other day and just like a quick chat. And he was just like, I don't know what to hold back. I don't know what to do. And I couldn't be in his position. Like, I couldn't do it.
No, it would be tough. Here's a question for you. Now with your geckos, right? What would you feed to get them to grow the best? What would you think would help them grow the best? I know we feed a lot of mealworms, we gut load the mealworms and stuff like that, but what help them grow the best, do you think?
The geckos, dubia roaches. Roaches make geckos grow. But it'd be expensive. That's why everyone does mealworms. But dubia roaches, I think, are some of the best feeders you can give an animal. But I still say I give dubias. I give shadows now. I even fed question marks now because I just want to see what they would do. So I feed everything. Earthworms. I fed geckos earthworms.
And they ate them?
Yeah.
That's high protein. That's very interesting.
I was like, well, our crocodile skink eats them. That's what it eats. And I was like, I want to see. And I have them, and they tear them things up like there's no tomorrow. They love them.
Now that makes you think maybe you're breeding females. You would like to feed that too because it's a higher protein, helps them produce eggs better and things like that. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
I like to feed my females as much as possible. I want to go supers again, but supers again have been hard to find.
Yep, you can't find them anywhere. At least it's tough.
I can't get them from. Jillian said that she'd send me some, but not what I need. Like when the shortage happened, I started moving my adults to supers, and I was going through 20,000 a week superworms. Okay. And all my babies ate mealworms. And I got it one time, a full order. And then the next one I got like 10,000. And then she just said, Gary, I can't supply you right now.
So how long do you think it'll be before the shortage is over? Before all these breeders rebound?
I think it'd be about another 6 months for Rainbow.
Yep. All right.
Another 6 months.
Now, breeding dubies aren't hard. That's that's the truth.
I have 12 colonies going. And
how are they all doing, by the way?
Great. I got to feed them tomorrow. I haven't fed them in 3 days, but but everyone's like, you don't need to feed dubies every day. I'm like, I know.
No. I feed a lot of Bug Burger.
They all got rabbit pellet crushed in there. I use rabbit. I know this sounds really weird. I'm trying something and it's working.
It's high protein, right?
No, I get low protein rabbit pellets.
Okay.
It's only 6%. and I grind it up into a powder, and I use that as the bedding.
Oh, then they eat that.
They eat
You can
that.
buy a big bag of pellets pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's like
Huge
20
50-pound bag.
bucks. But people are like, "Oh, that's expensive. Don't use bedding." But I use that, and then the babies will burrow in it
And eat.
and eat, and they eat the actual babies. I didn't know this. Eat adult poop.
Do they
Trash.
really?
Yes. So I do that, and then but it will mold if it gets wet. It will mold.
Oh
So-
yeah, well that's rabbit pellets do that easy.
So you don't want to put moisture in there on top of it. So I have dishes, and I put all the moisture stuff in the dishes. And when I feed like oranges and lettuce, I leave the lid off because they can't climb out anyway. I leave the lid off, and once they're done eating that, I put the lid back on.
Now, yeah, okay. Now chicken feed, is that high? That's high in corn, right?
It should be, yeah.
Is that good? Does that help gut load the animals too? Then or no? I don't.
Corn
know.
is non-digestible.
That's what I was going to say. It's not
Everything.
humans can't digest corn.
So it's not a bad feed. It's not. But I tell people when you buy dubias, never feed the dubias for 3 to 5 days right away because you don't know if the breeder. I try not to, and I'm going to offer this where mine is not fed citrus when I sell them. I feed citrus to all my colonies right now, but I don't feed from them colonies unless it's been 5 to 6 days without citrus. Citrus is bad for reptiles.
Reptiles, yeah.
So you can get gout and stuff.
So if you feed it, then you wait. You don't feed them that again for 5 days. If you're going to feed the dubias off to something, you wait a good week or so.
I have feeder tubs, which I have to go and separate stuff, and I got smalls, and I'll put like a 500, 1,000 smalls in one, so my wife can come and get them if she wants, I guess. But she never does. I do it. I got to take some stuff up there probably tonight, and then I got different sizes. And then I just take from that. And they don't get fed nothing but greens and orange, like carrots. When I say orange, it's never oranges. It's like carrots and squash. And what's the other thing I call them orange? Sweet potatoes, because they're orange in the middle.
Yep.
Then I do take calcium. And I take very, very, very little bit of calcium, and I mix it into the rabbit feed. Very, very little, very little. But it works. Because ready for this? I don't use very much calcium powder on my leopard geckos, and I don't have any issues.
No.
I use probably half of what everyone else does.
Yeah. I dust everything a little bit, you know.
And then of course I get some with bubbles, and I got to take them off the calcium for like ever. Because some geckos they like calcium. They'll sit there and just lick it all, you know. Have you seen the 10-gallon bucket sifters people have made for dubia rushes? No.
Yeah.
I got the the 10-gallon, but I got a 5-gallon, but I haven't seen a 10-gallon, but I got the 5-gallon.
the 5-gallon bucket. Yeah, Wally shows you how to make one and then a bunch of other people do it too. But then they have the sifters that you set on top of the 5-gallon buckets that you can dump in, like Big G does.
Yeah, I'm liking the dubia thing. I'm gonna be starting to sell them. Dubias are gonna be a ticket because that should be able to make me $3,000 to $5,000 a month with these. I mean, it's just one of the things that they just sell. So my whole goal is I can offer like 12 small dubias and have 100 of them. And when someone buys geckos, I can say, here, take some dubias. That's what I'm going to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't believe that show. The first Fond du Lac show is going to be there. I'm going to be staying at the Radisson. I feel so rich.
Because it's the Radisson.
It's the Radisson. I was like, it was only $136 a night for a hotel room.
Well, that's not bad at all.
My wife texted me.
I was going to ask about bearded dragons. What do you think of those?
Bearded dragons sell. I like bearded dragons. I do. But they get bigger and the requirements are more. And I see so many bearded dragons. Like every show I go to, bearded dragons sell out. They're gone. But I'm like, wow, that's a lot of beer. And we have a few bearded dragons here, and they take a lot. The heat takes a lot. And
Yep.
see, Emily's got 7 babies for sale.
Yeah. See, bearded dragons are. Yeah.
I like them. It's just one of them things that I don't know if I want to get into. I'm restructuring Ornament Exotics, as people know. Leopard geckos are always going to be here. But everything is going to be made public and not just wholesale. Everything. So I'll be taking, crested geckos, and I'll be taking, well, if gargoyles ever breed.
Yeah, I got I'd like to get I got to get some female crested geckos. I only got
you got when they start hatching and I get them big enough, I'm just going to send them to you. My geckos are not, my crested geckos, I need to put time into them. They're not the like draw droppers. They're the stuff you find at Petco.
Yeah, that's still cool though.
Yeah, they're Petco, the pet store level. I sell them for $25 a piece. Yeah, but the people I sell them to buy them in 10 lots.
Buy them what?
In 10 lots. So $250, they get 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing. The geckos are going to happen. I just ran out of wholesale stuff. I mean, when I announced my $50 gecko, I had like 50 people contact me. I was like, geez. So like literally I have like 200 geckos left and I don't know, 50 eggs. That's it. Out of 2,800.
Yeah, but you got another season coming up quick. Yep.
So this season I did hold back a little bit. I started holding back more females. Like I got a wall of 50 females I held back after I held my original holdbacks, and I got to go over to that wall and I got to figure out where they're going to go, what project they're going to go in. They're all blood, wacky, eclipse, and that's it. That's all I have over in that wall. Oh, animals I produce a lot. I produce a lot. But the thing is I'm not one of them breeders though, and I have secrets I should release, but I don't, because I sell everything I produce without a doubt. I'm not ashamed to sell to a jobber, and there's people that call them flippers. So if my buddy calls me up and says, hey, Gary, I want to sell 50 of your geckos at my table, I'm like, all right, I'll make you a deal. Let's do it. And literally, we'll come up to a deal, and no one's ever yelled at me, and I get to pick the geckos. They'll get low-end geckos, mid-range geckos, high-end geckos. If they're buying a 50 lot, they get a little of everything. And,
yeah, it's good, though.
And there's some people I say, pay shipping and pay me when you sell them, and there's some people I say, pay me when you want. It don't matter. Yeah. And there's people I say, pay me up front. Usually, if you've been with me for a while and you're one of the jobbers, I'm like, yeah, whatever. They'll say, I'm going to a show. I need 20 geckos. I'm like, all right, pay for the shipping. I'll send you 20 geckos. And after the show, they'll contact me and they'll pay me.
Yeah. Now, what was I going to say? I don't know. I'm brain farting today.
Yeah, I'm having fun though. I'm tired, but I'm having fun. No. If people knew what I actually produced, geez. Jeez, I mean.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. I hope to breed. I hope to get around 200 eggs maybe next year.
Well, watch. You get 200 eggs. Let's say you got 200. Let's keep it. And you kept 50 females back.
Uh-huh.
The next year, you're at 700 babies.
Yeah. See, a couple
just like that.
Yep.
And then at 700 babies, hold back another 100. Then you're at 1,700 babies.
Yeah.
Just like that. It doesn't take long to build a leopard gecko. Let's be honest, leopard geckos are the easiest thing to breed in the world. It doesn't take anything to breed.
People say that, but I've never had an issue with anything. But what makes them easy is you don't have to brumate them or nothing like that, like you do with everything else. But what did you say there?
Oh, I was looking at Missy saying something Missy and Miles. Like, But yeah, I don't brumate nothing. No. I do cool down my cool room down to 50 degrees. This is the cool room. It's 65 right now. Uh-huh. And I actually cut the heat off in the wintertime. It goes down to 50 degrees. Yeah. Everything in my cool room goes to 50 degrees. So they do brumate, like my cave geckos, but cave geckos can go down to like 30 degrees. They don't care.
Yeah.
And the alligator lizards can go down to like 40 to 30
But-
degrees.
But leopard geckos are not mandatory brumation.
The people that say they got to brumate their leopard geckos, I mean, they're old school. I'm not going to yell at them. But the true reason is they got large collections. It's just easier because you don't have to feed them for 3
Yep.
months.
Yep.
You don't do nothing for 3 months.
Go ahead.
I feed all year. I just do it all year. Like I'm pairing up. I'm starting to pair up in November.
Yeah.
So my November I'll be pairing up. I'll have eggs in December, and end of November I'll have eggs, and they'll start hatching in January. And I usually have eggs laying out. I just stopped breeding this year. I'm done for a while.
Yeah. I hope to brumate. You have to brumate the fat African fat tails. So when I do that, then
Oh, Leo's got to go to Tinley tomorrow. I'm playing. Love you, dude.
yeah, we understand.
Buy me a 30-foot retic and bring it up to Fond du Lac. Thank you.
He'll give you one of his $50 geckos for it.
Early hours. Just have fun at Tinley, dude. Go.
Yeah,
make sure you go to the auction. Make sure you go
have
to the
a
auction.
blast.
There are some. I know some of the retic breeders there. There's some retics there that are gonna be insane. This is the Tinley of all Tinleys, but I know people are gonna. I would like to vent soon, but we'll see how everything goes. You're gonna vent soon, dude. You got some awesome geckos. It's hard for me because right now is like the end of my season, and then the other one is in March. It's like the beginning of my season. I would love that. I know there was one. I know. I would love a June. I love it. A June Tinley. That's what I.
Yeah, you would do. You would have a lot then in June.
I would take 3,000 geckos and just rock it out. I literally, if I went there, I could do with 3,000 geckos. I could probably do an end cap and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tables, and have a table of all Trempers, all Bells, all Rainwater, all Clouded, all Blood, all this, and say pick. I could do it.
If you do that, you would probably need help. Let me know.
Oh yeah. I need to get displays. I'm trying to get displays, but 4 foot of displays is like $4,000 now.
Crazy.
But they're nice. They like fold into each other, and the lighting's there, and they all daisy chain each other. So you only need one plug at the end, and that's it. And it daisy chains. I think it's like $3,800 for 4 of them, and it fits an 8-foot table. I love the idea. That's just a bit. I mean, if I was going to do 3 tables of it, I mean, that's $12,000.
Yeah.
So you can come too. And Leo could come. We just rock it out. We just throw on some Warner Exotic shirts. Oh, baby.
Yeah,
telling
that's
you.
us.
Like this shirt here. Look at guys. I am losing weight. This shirt here used to be tight on me. This used to be tight. I'm actually like, whoa. Like I still got my gut kinda. But I'm losing weight.
I got to work on mine again harder than ever.
Like, I mean, it's insane. Next year is going to be a big year for me. It's going to be a big year for you.
Yeah, I hope it's a big year for me. It would be great.
And everyone watching this needs to go to reptileroom.org and just join it. Just
yes. Throw a link up.
I can't do that. Just go to reptileroom.org. Reptileroom.org. I can't because I'm not signed in anything. But look, isn't that cool?
Yep, and it didn't go down the other day.
No, it didn't go down at all. And like, if you click these links here, you can go to Fauna Radio, what we're at right now, which that one will stay. Orner Exotics link. It is up for advertisement. If you don't want to spend the $30, just let me know what you want to spend. Let's talk. And all it is going to the server. That's all it's doing. And I'm going to have other places you can go to. It literally, you can search people. So you can search the people that's already on here.
There's the best one down there. See, you go down right there. Right up one.
There we go.
There, yep, that's a great one.
And it's got profiles. See the profiles? You can see stuff with mine. I should sign out of this real quick. Let me sign out of this one.
Oh yeah, because you're
I can see stuff that you guys we shouldn't be showing everybody, but it's okay. We can go Gary. Let's see here. I got so many logins. Isn't this nice? You go here. Boom. There you go. So we can go here. This is I got 12. See, I got all this stuff going on, but we got pages. But let's go back to people. We can go down to DA, and now this is what you would see. A standard account. I can make different levels accounts. Tells you how many times your profile's been viewed. You can follow somebody. I can accept that friend request. So we can do that. Post the feed. So much you can do. We got a marketplace. I can go back here. We can go to the market. So we got a marketplace also. And it's pretty cool. The marketplace is, you can post as many pictures you want. I just did one for testing. We can rate the person, but I can't rate myself or rate the product. You can put anything you want here. You can make center, bolds, bigger, more pictures, and people can comment on it. So I can actually just say test comment. So they can comment right there, and you can have it in house and see the comment. You can post more pictures if you wanted to. When you're on the main page, on the right, it shows the latest marketplace. What else? It's got groups, which I probably have requests there too. But we got groups. It's a little different thread way, but I kind of like this. This is a thread, and it will show comments when people comment. I can change that if it doesn't work. What else can we do here? That's pretty cool. Photos, channels. We build our own hashtags that Google recognizes. This is the thing I'm working on the most. I have courses, and you'll be able to charge if you want to teach someone something. That's kind of cool. I coded that.
Pretty cool.
So organizations. So if someone wants to be an organization, when they join, you can go people or organization. You can have two accounts. Make one organization, one not. It looks just like the other, but you can actually join the organization, and it tells you where I'm located. You can turn that off if you want. And when you post on the marketplace, it will actually show on this page too. So it's pretty cool. Look at all this stuff. I got so much.
Yeah, you did a good job on this one.
Yeah, events is done, and I'm adding more. I got more like I can show you. Like this is all the it's all me because I liked everything. So it has all your notifications. Over here is on the apps. So I got 2 friend requests. I can go here. It tells me who I can accept them just like that.
Once you get the video thing worked out on there, you can hold a reptile show on there for live stream reptile show type of thing.
I'm gonna do live stream. There's an editing that how videos work on a server that it's gonna cost me more money. I have to get a more powerful server, which is fine. I'm gonna end up doing it. But right now we can go into testing, and you can actually embed. You can embed YouTube. You cannot embed live yet. I'm working on that. But it is up, ready to rock. All these pages, organization, I do not think is going to have advertisement on it for organizations. I think that's going to be bad, but like USR could be here and stuff like that. Marketplace, I will have a place on Marketplace, right? These 2 spots here. I might even do 3 spots. So that'd be a spot. That will probably be the most sought after spots. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. Like you can go click that and it goes into another one, the Orner Exotics. Yay! We need to get you a website. So
yeah, I need a website bad.
Oh, what was the password? Hello. Oh wait.
What was the password?
Oh, to mine? Oh. I don't even know what the password to Orner Exotics one is. My computer does, but I can change it going in the other one. Yeah, so Orner the reptileroom.org is ready to go. Share it. It's just the reptileroom.org. Old school people remember TRR. The Reptile Report was not the original TRR. I was.
Yeah.
They weren't even a blink in the eye. I was TRR.
That was before they did anything.
Yeah. So I mean, it's ready. The marketplace is free. Go there, post all your stuff. Then you can link it. Even if you want to use Facebook still, you can go to TRR, list your animals for sale, and then share it to your Facebook page. You won't be banned.
No, because you're not. Yeah, it's a different thing.
Yep, you can share the link to there. I do it all the time. I've done it many times. Nothing happens. It's not against their TOS, so you can go here. You can go to the marketplace and share it. I have it where you can share it right to your Facebook page. Let me put this on. So like this one here is just the blood tangerine. I can go right here. I can save it, share it to Facebook, share it to Twitter or Pinterest. I am working on sharing it to other social medias. As it is, it's been viewed 104 times. And guys, I just put this up, 2 weeks ago? I forget when I put it up. I don't think it has a date. No, don't. Oh, wait, created. Oh, September 27th. So it was a little bit ago.
It's only been a little over a week.
Yeah, a little over a week. I'm sorry. I don't even know what date it is. But so I'm getting this. So you can put tags in this. It's taggable, and Google will pick up them tags. It has meta tags in it and SEO work that goes into this. So when if someone's looking for blood tangerines, TRR will eventually start getting searched more, and it will take you to this marketplace. The back end of my stuff is pretty solid. It's this insane. Photos, it's like Twitter. Of course, I got my photos up. Oh, there's that. Look at that.
Yeah.
So you can rate, like I've already rated. Oh, no, these aren't rated by me, this one. So I can go here now. It was rated by my other account. So I can go here and we can rate these. And it's just like Twitter. So you hit it and you can comment on them. You can rate them. That was a bonobo. A photo I took.
Yeah.
So you can take it and do that. We're going to have photo contests. I already have that coded, so we can have a photo contest. It goes popular. It shows popular stuff, the top searched ones, all that. So
very cool.
I've taken step by step and worked this. The post feature is different than the ad. Like this like add new. The post feature takes you to a whole new level. We can go here and go to add new post. It gives you a full forum, like the old school forums. You can center the stuff, add bold. You can add links. You can embed media. Anything you want to do, add a header, everything. So it's a blogging system on a social media site.
That's cool.
I'm excited about it.
That's cool.
That was awesome. Let's see. Night guys, everyone say night. I'd help too. That's rocky. Okay, there we go. We're back down. But yeah, go to TR, just log it. If you're watching this, even afterwards, just go to thereptileroom.org and register. Have fun. If you don't get your email, which some people aren't, some people are, I go in and I okay the accounts twice a day.
Yeah, that's kind of weird how it picks certain emails to send out and not.
I think it's my SMTP. I just got to rework it because I'm keeping bots off of it. I don't want the spam bots on it, so I got them blocked.
They've destroyed a lot of forums of spam bots.
Yep. This has been up and live for 2-3 weeks, and I did it purposely. And nothing's gone. Everything's good. There we go. My mouse is moving bigger, but it does take time to learn. It takes time to get used to, but once you do, it's very powerful and more stuff is coming. I promise you. The live video is coming. I just have to put it on a server and it's probably going to cost me like $500 a month. So that's what everything that advertises is going back into TR. I'm not going to make the money off of it. It's going back into TR. So if I get like 10 spots that are $30 a month and you guys make it, I can tell you the click through and everything. But the marketplace is what I want people to use. Go use the marketplace and then share it on Facebook. You can't get banned. All right. I am tired. Anything
Yep.
you want to add?
Nope, that was it. It was a great show.
All right. You guys are awesome. We are going to get out of here, but we
Peace.
are not going to miss next week. We'll be on next week. Promise you guys. We're
Yep.
out.
Peace.